Recording in progress. 2000 EST. OCOEE. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I want my dog. Ay, birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, seek the kingdom while you simping, for real. Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking, hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision and you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the pay's different. The pay's different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turning signal on, so they see me coming. They still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from up. They like, how he, who he, what is this?
All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Let's get it. Click, 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 click. Welcome in, chat.
It's a hit. Hey, way it hit him like, whoa, man. Hey, make him do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man.
Okay, how y'all doing? Good to see you guys. Let's do it.
We come together and we pray and hold hands. He give grace, so wherever grace lands. He paid the price, ain't have no escape plan. Yeah, no plan.
All right.
Yeah, no plan. Actually, his plan was the plan, so he planned it. Hey, set the bar high, he the code, so I scanned it. Ay,
okay, cool. Good to see you guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Winners are here, baby. The winners are here. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Even when I'm out, soon as I land, back to the beach, back to the sand.
All right, who we got here today? Who we got? Z Gamer in the house. Let's go. What up, Z Gamer? Let's get it. Let's start it proper. Let's start it proper. Everything that's coming from above. Where my dogs at? YOLO Trader in the house. What up, George VDM? Mr. VDM. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Good to see y'all, man. Let's get it. YOLO Trader, what's goody? What's goody? Who else we got here today? George, what up? Q in the building. Bands counted up. Sandman in the building early today. What up, Stewie B? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Where's my clubhouse chat at, man? Where's my club? Holy smokeroonies. Clubhouse chat got motion. We got motion here today. Happy Monday. Monday motion. Monday motion. Yeah. Welcome in. Missed you guys, man. It's been a couple days. Finally back at the desk. Feels good to be back here. Haven't been back since Thursday. So, Yanosh in the house. What up, Yanosh? What up, Jeff? What's good? What's good? Serge, Luffy in the building. All right, let's see if we can attempt to shout out some Clubhouse members here. All right, here we go. Ready? We have Pablo, FNAM in the house, Wokey, Christian, Wayne, Maiko, Zyper. What up, Aaron? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Who else we got? Who else? What up, Hanko? Elk in the building. OGH is here as always. Baddie-O Life. There he is. There he is. Golden Dubs. Stephen B in the house. Yes, sir, my boy. J Deezy's here today. What up, J Deezy? What up, Phil? Mr. Phil. How you doing, Mr. Phil? What's poppin'? What's poppin', Christian? Giuseppe in the house. Berlin in the building. What up, Shubs? What up, Berlin? How we feeling? Mr. BTC is here, man. Let's go. Let's go. Balkan Trades in the house. What up? What up? Oh, gang, my first excess since Thursday. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Only bands in the building. What up, AJ? What up, Casso? Jose? Vince? Noobs in the building. What's good, man? Missed y'all. What a webinar this weekend, huh? What a webinar ran by the Viking himself. Ole. Nate G in the building. What up, Nate G? What's good? What up, Engineer 14? PM Magnifico, Arrow Sassy in the house. Crypto Don's in the building. Let's go. Bear Berry in the house. Stevie Mac, first man in today. I seen ya. What up, Simzy? All right. Let's get the party started. Y'all ready? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Yes, sir. W's in the chat if you had a good weekend. Let me just close my office door, and then we're going to rock and roll here today. Yeah, what time is it? 8:15? All right, give me 1 sec, and we're going to get started. Okay, cool. All right, gang. Well, welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another New York session. It is Monday, and it is August 11th, and we're ready to roll. We are ready to roll. All right, let's lower the music. Let's pray real quick, and then we shall begin. What up, Kelvin? My man, Kelvin. Proud of you, G. Proud of you. What up, Zach? All right, let's do this. Well, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity to gather here on this lovely Monday, Lord. We thank you for all the success, for all the lessons, all the blessings that has been taking place over the last couple of years, Lord. I thank you for the growth. We thank you for the spirit of victory that dwells among this community here, Lord. And we just give you all the glory that we can gather here together, that we can all be on the same page with a common dream, common goal, and doing exactly what we need to do to fulfill our vision and our purpose for our life. So we thank you for it, Lord. I ask that you would bless each and every person in this stream today. In Jesus' name, amen. Let's rock and roll. Today is the 11th. It is Monday. It is game time. And it's good to be back. We got some news, not too much in front of us here today, but we got some news, throughout the week and stuff, right? We got, let's just kind of lower the music here, run through a little lay of the land here for the week. And let's talk about it, and then we'll jump into the charts here. So today we don't really have much going on. Again, today is the 11th of August, which is crazy. I feel like August literally just started, but okay, 11 days in. Sounds good. Nothing going on here today, really. We have Tuesday, though, which is tomorrow. And tomorrow you're going to have CPI coming in here on the dollar. So that should be pretty interesting. Very, very big news coming in. We'll see what they want to do with all that. Wednesday, we don't really have much going on in the news on Wednesday, which is going to be the 13th. That's just going to be a couple yellow folders here. Not much, just a bunch of Fed talk. So that should be pretty clean. Thursday we'll have PPI here. We'll also have unemployment claims coming in around 8:30, and I think Friday is just the prelims. That's it at 10. So, oh no, retail sales. Yeah, okay, I thought that was next week. So, yeah, Friday, August 15th, you're going to have retail sales coming in, and then you're also going to have the prelims also at 10. So, should be a pretty clean week, mid-August here. So, I look forward to closing out strong and, see what we could do for the rest of the month. It's been a fantastic month so far, and let's just continue the momentum, my friends. So, let's jump into a fresh top-down analysis. We'll do it. We'll take a look at gold here. We'll take a look at ES, and then we'll kind of settle in and have a proper conversation. All right. Yeah, bands count. If you guys can, give the stream a like for me. Sub to the channel. What up, Silver Fox? How we feeling? Let's get awareness. Good to see you guys. All right, let's run a fresh top-down analysis here, and we'll kind of chat and see what we can come up with. So. This is gold. This is the daily time frame that we're looking at here, and let's talk about it. So Friday, and by the way, can someone give me a quick heads up before we jump into this breakdown? Someone in the clubhouse, talk to me on the music level. How's the music? Too high? Too low? I'm just gonna lower it. I'm gonna caution on the side of lower. Yeah, that should be good. All right, perfect. All right, let's do this, gang. So. I have not really seen what has taken place here since probably Thursday. So let's go over it. It's my first time opening up the charts, seeing what happened over the last couple, Thursday and Friday. So it looks like on what day was this? This was Friday, right? So it looks like on Thursday, price had actually continued pushing up there, right? But we ended up closing with no top wick. So we already know, if candles close with no top wick, then there's a very low probability that the next candles will continue moving up. Now, the next candle typically will move up to try and find a little bit of a range, but end up getting rejected. So this one moved up quite a bit, more than usual, but overall, you know, it ended up coming back down there and closing bearish, right? So ultimately, we did get ourselves a resistance here on Friday, and I am very, very bearish here on gold today. As you can see, price kind of made a top wick, we broke through the lows, and now we're filling these wicks down here. So we'll see what happens as we come into this you know, kind of like wick area down here on the daily, because maybe the daily candle wants to just come down, fill those wicks, and then begin to kind of pull back a little bit here today, or we may just want to continue ripping down right into these levels at like 84. So let's see what's going to happen. 84 is pretty common. You got 84 here, right? 83, 84. So by the way, the wicks, right, coming down, if you break those lows, you should get a straight shot down there. So let's take a look at the 4 hour though, because it looks like the 4 hour candle here closed with no lower wick, right? So this candle here closed with no lower wick on it. It also closed right at the major level of support. So in my opinion, this is the major level here. Nothing's been able to get through this guy right there. As you can see, we've came in here a few times and really haven't really, you know, been able to do anything with it, right? Kind of fell short every single time. So we'll see what we're going to do here today. I think if we can get some sort of like a bullish closure on the 4 hour and then drive down, right, get a clean support here on the 4 hour, and maybe even a bigger pullback, right? Maybe even something like this, like maybe this goes down in Asian or London tonight, but something like that, right, would really help us out in terms of filling that range down there. It's a nice little pullback because obviously we've been moving down for quite some time here. So we get ourselves a nice little pullback, right, somewhere into these ranges up here. You get a resistance formed there on the 4 hour chart here, right? And then we can potentially continue moving down with confidence now, right? Because now we've gotten a pullback, we've gotten a closure, and therefore we should go ahead and fill this range here, right? This range right here. So, you know, we'll see. You know, I got high hopes here today, so we'll see if we end up doing that. But that ultimately would be the best way to go ahead and fill that range moving down towards 48. So again, I am bearish, right? But this candle here closing without a lower wick, right at support. We're gonna have to be a little cautious here, wait for the best price action, and then go from there. So let's see what the 1 hour is looking like. Looks like the 1 hour has been moving down a bit. You have like this big push down that took place. Looks like a little bit of pre-London, pre-London into London open. We've been ranging a little bit in pre-New York here, so we do have support sitting right here at 04. So we'll see what we do at that 04 support. We are starting to reject it. I think the major support here on the 1 hour is going to be 99 though. So 33.99 looks pretty good. I think we could sell into 33.99 if we get the right opportunities here. So let me just take a look at what this looks like on the 30 minute. So you do have support formed on the 30 minute here. We did close without a wick at the top. So let's see, let's see what we're going to do. This is pretty much a 30-minute range here. Very, very choppy, but above 34.20, you do have clean range to move up here, right, into 34.40. So that'll be a clean range in which I'd be open to taking advantage of. And then below 07, it gets a little choppy. Not gonna lie, it gets a little choppy here. I would love to see if we can maybe sell from up here, right? If we can get ourselves a little pullback, come back up towards 20, remain below, or do some sort of a fake out here, right? Then we can also look for opportunities for price to, kind of come back down right off of a resistance here. So that would be clean. That'd be something I'd be open to doing, and taking sells like that. But let's see what's going to happen. It is NY open. The 30-minute candle is coming up as closure coming up here in 5 minutes. So let's see how we do. Yeah, I mean, you have this 1 hour like inverted celery deal going on, but I don't know if I really want to trust that, right? I think I like buys way cleaner above 20. So let's see if we can get maybe a quick push up here, right? And then we look for sells either below 20, or we look for buys as we start to push through 34.20, maybe even like a break and retest here. for price to continue moving up, right? Something like that, I would love to take advantage of. Other than that, maybe the sells could look pretty clean from like right here. We get a little, you know, stuff going on here, and then we could sell back down. So that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on here. That's what I got going on for the day. The sells do get a little choppy, man, little choppy, not gonna lie. So yeah, I want to take cleaner sells. Don't get me wrong, I'm bearish, but at the same time, the 4-hour candle closed with no bottom wick. So yeah, these sells are going to have to be a little bit more convincing than, you know, just a clean closure below 05. But again, we are very bearish. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a pop up here with NY open 830, right? Maybe something like this. And then again, if we can get that resistance to form up here at 20, then I like the, oh, my bad, potential sells to come down there. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, buys look clean. I think the buys are going to look much better if we can do something like this, right? You get maybe a candle to close slightly below, and then you get a brand new support that forms, right? A bearish closure, and then that gets followed up by a bullish closure, right? And then that'll be our best bet into taking buys here today, maybe around like 9:15, right? Something around there to go up and fill that range during NY open. So that's it. That's it, man. Keep it simple here today. No need to complicate anything. It's Monday. Just relax. All the traders are like, they're like race horses, right? Ready to get out that that stable, or I guess, yeah, maybe they call it a stable. And they're just ready to go. So a lot of traders are just gonna, you know, start to trade here with just a lot of, I guess, you know, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. Long weekend. So I'm going to chill here, and I'm going to wait for the best price action. The range that we're looking at is like roughly about 70 pips. So that's why I would love to see if we can catch themselves from up here. It would be really, really good. We get like 50 pips-ish to kind of come back down. So that is the day, my friend. That is the day. 15 broke its own high twice. Yeah, but 15, yeah. You could also, so what you could also do now is you can get aggressive here, right? And then maybe say, hey, buys above 34.10, right? Because this is a pretty decent range. Or you could look for range 2 buys above 34.10 as well. So yeah, let's see what happens, because I am open for the buys here. Again, being at this 4-hour support and also closing, right, with no lower wick, or I should say very little lower wick, right at support here, I'm open for these buys, right? I am bearish, but I'm open to going long here as well. So let's see what can happen. And yeah, 8:30 coming up in about 2 minutes. So simple. What up, Grande? All right, let's take a look at ES here real quick, and then we'll kind of settle in here for the morning. So let's take a look. Let's go to the daily, and let's chop it up here. So ES is just kind of in a bit of a funk right now. Obviously, the daily time frame is really just consolidating, right? You just got this kind of range going on here, and as you can see, we closed without a top wick on Friday's candle as well there. So it might be a little bit of a slow Monday on ES. This candle hasn't done anything so far at all, right? So we haven't really done much. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. I am pretty bearish though, right? Because I would expect if we don't have much of a top wick here, plus we're at resistance, right, there's a good shot we may just continue to consolidate and maybe just kind of play around, right, in this range overall here for a little bit. So we had a huge move up, right? So now we're just kind of consolidating, right? Just taking it easy. Imagine getting punched in the face by Mike Tyson, right? And you just got, whoa, you're a little wobbly a little bit there. So now this, you know, price action's a little wobbly, trying to find its footing and whatnot. But overall, I could see us rejecting, right? If we break that daily low there, that looks pretty good for price to continue down. That's also the previous 4-hour low. So let's see what we got. This is the 4-hour time frame. We haven't really closed below here yet. So a nice closure below there would be solid, because if it doesn't close below there, right, and you get a strong bullish closure here, then most likely you will continue to fill that range, right? You'll stay bullish, continue to fill that range. But I think if we could start, you know, breaking below here, moving down, you know, there's an opportunity for sells. So let's take a look at the 1 hour here. Just drop down a little bit. We may get a resistance coming up here. So we have resistance up here on the 1 hour. You have support. This is basically your range, right? It is a 65 pip range there. So let's take a look at the 30 minute. 30 minute got a little support. I think it makes it nice and easy for us here. So potential closures below could do the trick for us here, right? We also are bearish, so let's see if we can maybe close below around 8:30 or what time? No, it's 8:30 now. So yeah, maybe on the next 15 or 30-minute candle, potential closures below, and maybe we can start to fill this wick down here. So that is pretty much my game plan on ES. I think it's going to be tough to take the buys until that 4-hour candle closes. Right, if that 4-hour candle can close bullish here, strong bullish, then I think we can go ahead and get pretty confident in the buys. But other than that, we are bearish right now. 30-minute, 15-minute closures below would look pretty clean. So yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Wait for 9 a.m. Eastern here, and then look to take some trades on ES today. So that's it. That is it, my friends. That is it. What's up, Norbin? How are you, brother? How are you? What up, Cameron? Good to see you. So any questions, comments, concerns? If not, we'll wait for price action. Yeah, we're moving down here. No top wick on Goldie, so we'll see what happens. YOLO Trader, Louis G in the house. Let's go, Louis G. What up, TK? What's goody? Haven't uploaded total 2025 Green Days, stuck at 99. I don't which ones are those? Is that on OBS? 99? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, we got to add some to that. Yeah, I'll go back in later and do it. Appreciate you recognizing that. Yeah. What up, Green? Andy B in the house. What's good? What's up, Ayush? Pablo, how we feeling? How was everyone's weekend? Did you guys have a good weekend or what? 4-hour melty. So let's see what we do now. We're gonna come into these daily wicks here now too. So let's see what happens. Yeah, it was crazy. I left on Thursday night after London session. So literally was at London session. I was like, all right, y'all, peace. Came back yesterday, last night, and just jumped into the London session. So from London to London. Bands counted up. How we feeling? Good to see y'all, man. Missed you guys. Did you guys enjoy the webinar this weekend? Fire. Incredible. All right, what do we do here? All right. Yeah, my weekend was fantastic. It was awesome. Thank you for asking. Incredible. Got to see I got to see some family who I haven't seen in years. Toro markets for personal capital. Yeah. I use Toro for personal capital. Any trades taken? I did take a buy off of this 15-minute whatever this is, kind of like inverted celery deal on one of my other accounts. So that was about it. Other than that, just waiting. Check the merch email. Ooh, okay. Did you send it to our time to eat email? Hey, missed y'all, man, for real. Yeah, let's see if we can get like a kind of like a pushback up here, a nice rejection out of these daily wicks, and then ultimately I might be looking to be a rebel here today and counter trend trade. I know y'all don't like when we counter trend sometimes, but we do a really good job at it, and we got to use our skills. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to go against the bias, and you got to find things that. You got to build out the story, make it make sense, right? Make it make sense. Dailies in the wicks here. We've moved down quite a bit. 4-hour candle close with no bottom wick. We're kind of retesting this is kind of like your 4-hour observation zone. Like, let me make this make sense for y'all, right? 4-hour observation zone here, right? We want to see what will this candle do within that zone there. Will we reject? Will we continue pushing down so we can know where price wants to go for the remainder of the day? 1 hour candles have yet to close below. You've also got a support there at 99 in which you're rejecting, right? 30-minute candle coming back up here. So you just got to make things make sense, right? That's what the game's all about, is showing up every day. It doesn't matter if the overall bias is bearish or the overall bias is bullish. It's like, make the story make sense for where you currently are within the day or within the session. And, you know, all we're looking to do is anticipate the next 15 to 30-minute candles and where they're going to go, right? So we don't need to focus on the full length of the day, but just tell the story around the actual moment that you're trading in. And that's how that's how we do so well in timing like the counter trend trades and taking some of these positions on a day-to-day. Yeah. Green, how we feeling? How we feeling? We got some TikTok. We're doing TikTok, ticky tock. Are you on TikTok? Yeah, if you guys are on TikTok, if you're not, then Gary V is going to yell at you. Gary V is going to yell at you. But you can follow us on TikTok. Ticky tock, time to eat trading. Going to start posting a bunch of content there. Yeah, weekend was fire. Yep, weekend was fire. Started the trading course this weekend and the webinars. Awesome. Perfect. Welcome in. Welcome in. Everyone new in the clubhouse, welcome in. Good to have you guys. My dad, he's doing great, man. It was good seeing him, and yeah, I've seen a couple other people as well. Yeah, I have a few family members that live down there. Yeah. All right, we're coming back up now. So right out this rejection, so sellers got caught here. They got caught, late sellers. So we'll see what happens. This could be the liquidity that we need here. Yeah, 8 more minutes. Yep, exactly. 8 more minutes. What's up, Golden Dubs? Yeah, how did you guys end up catching anything in London? I honestly, I needed some sleep, man. I needed some sleep, so I had to get some rest for after London. Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, London was let me see here. London, I think the only, where was London open? I think I seen like a little celery, but it was very sketchy on these time frames here. I say 3:30 or something. Yeah, this one right here. So it was tough, very, very tough, very tough. Especially if you're looking at any other time frame, right? You got no wick, you got candles slowing up, right? You almost want to set a buy stop there, but price ended up melting there at 3:30, and if I think it was on the 15-minute, right? Yeah, you had like this 15-minute celery, but very, very difficult. Yeah, so I probably wouldn't have taken that trade, just the way the 30-minute and 1 hour looks. So yeah, but give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen Anna or the kids since Thursday, so they just woke up. It's game time now. It's game time. They left me all these beautiful balloons. You guys can't see them, but they left me all these nice balloons and a big welcome, a couple stuffed animals. Little welcome home note, you know. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. All right, let's see. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do at 3410. I think 3410's the big level here. So let's see how we do there once we get up. Like I said, this would be ideal if we can kind of get this big push out of 99 there, whatever that is, and then get a bearish closure, right? Something like this, and then follow up with a bullish closure. That ideally would be our best look here, right? Because then we get a little bit of a range here until the next set of volume. You got a brand new support, a breakout, and then we can kind of fill that range there. So let's see about that. Let's see about that. Let's see. Louis G, how we feeling? How we feel? How was your weekend, bro? Breakout trades. What's up, Dave? So breakout trades out. So here's one thing about breakouts, right? So, or I should say, here's one thing about volume, right? So, from my opinion, there's a few times that volume comes in, right? So, obviously you're gonna have like news, right? And then you're gonna have like these session opens, right? Session opens, and then a lot of times the other way is really gonna be a breakout, right? So it really just depends how big the range is a lot of times. So if you've been ranging for a while, and then all of a sudden you get a breakout, let's say in the higher time frame direction, then usually that's going to be good to go, right? Because this breakout alone is going to bring volume into the market, right? Now, look, if you're going against a higher time frame, I wouldn't touch that, because a lot of times what will happen is you'll get a bearish closure back below and you'll be stopped out, and then maybe that'll just be a fake out and price will just continue to range more. So make sure you're going with the higher time frame. But yeah, so anytime you got news, session opens, and bigger breakouts that come in, that's typically when you're going to get some volume. So even if it is outside of a volume time, typically that tends to create the volume, if that makes sense. Yeah. Why can I not move this chat here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, good question though. Good question. Oh, Puerto Rico. Okay. Very nice. Oh, due to emergency. All right. I hope everything's well, bro. AB Mike has arrived. What up, AB Mike? Congrats on owning the new Benz. Yeah, thank you guys. So I actually have owned that car for a while. Yeah, I just bought the car. That was a few months ago. So I did drop a new vlog style video. More vlog style videos will be coming in the near future as well. Yeah, this is it right here. Yeah, so this is actually a couple months ago, but I just had the content built up there. So yeah, brand new vlog that popped out. Pretty funny vlog too in the beginning, but go check it out. This one I got my Benz and stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna bring more vlog style videos, like, you know, in the very near future. So, but this was fun. This is the day I picked up my Benz. You know, it was nothing like going in and, you know, doing something you always wanted to do and buying a car cash and, you know, letting it at AMG at that. So yeah, it's good video. Good video. I like this comment. Let me where'd that one comment go? Oh yeah, AMG stands for all money gone. So let's do this. Let's say, well, then what does GT3 RS stand for? All right, yeah, appreciate the love on that, but yeah, so new vlog style coming to YouTube, baby. Coming to YouTube. Breakout is the 4 hour. Yeah, it would be nice to get in the, when I say higher time frame direction, I'm kind of pointing towards that 4 hour. Yep. Oh, don't worry. I got the GT3 RS vlog coming as well. Yeah. So we got a lot of content. Ain't nobody. The nighttime scene. Yeah. 20. Yeah, AB Mike's getting old, man. He's getting old. Give him some time. All right, perfect, gang. This is exactly what we want to see here. So we closed below 34.10, right? So now as we have this candle come up, this would be brilliant, right? Amazing if we can get a bearish closure now to close this hourly candle off, and then we get that bullish candle, right? We get a little lower wick now for the new hourly. We have like a 15-minute candle close above the range here, and then that should set us up for a continued move up. Almighty God. Oh, snap. All right, who we got in Zoom? Rafi. Yo, Rafi found some excess. Rafi found excess in a store. I don't even think that's legal, to be honest. I don't even think that's legal. How much did you pay per can, bro? That's actually, it's not, I don't think. I know that's not legal. I know it's not. GT3 RS got the 3 right setups. Hey, yo, playbook. Anthony Bravo. What? That just blew my mind. Got the 3 right setups. Damn. He used all of his brain on that one. Who deleted it? Hey, he used all his brain on that one. That's pretty good. That's actually fire. Gap these 3 racing Subarus. Oh man, did you guys take any trades today? Did you guys take any trades at all? Nah, they ain't selling in grocery stores. Trust me. Trust me. IBOs are probably selling in grocery stores. Hey, that's true. The gas tank, yeah, we do fill that up quite a bit. Yeah, actually, before I left for my trip, I literally just went out and just drove and just drained all the gas. So I left it in my garage with like almost no gas. So got to fill up today. Joint's like $75 to fill up ish. Yeah, I filled it up last time from empty, so it was like 75. Got the real speed. NQ buys you guys took. Very nice. Very nice. And Alibaba excess. Oh, man. 9 a.m. is going to be clutch. I think I see some of you guys saying there was a 15-minute breakout. Yeah, I think 9 a.m. is going to be much better here. So let's wait on that hourly to actually give us a resistance. That's kind of my plan with like ES and NQ is more so usually wait on the 9 a.m. candle and then we look to take the trades. Yeah, good, solid hourly closure here will be clutch. Clutch. And then let's see what gold's going to do because we're coming back up here. I would love to see a 1 hour inverted celery deal. I'd love to see this 15-minute, this one here kind of give us a little support and then a closure back above. That'll be like the next 1 hour candle breaking these highs and stuff. It'll look super clean to move up. Yeah, so something like this. Break those highs, then we should go up and fill that wick. We may trade within the range here today. It is Monday. We do see a lot of, range trading on Monday, so we might just come back up to the top somewhere around 19. Would love to get above 19 here, right? Obviously, clean range, but I'm also open to 15-minute market structure closing above 09 and then kind of pushing up towards 19, right? let's do that. Perfect. All right, so let's see. Where are we? I think we had a support somewhere over here on the 15, right? Or was it? Yeah, it gets a little choppy, so. All right. We know the plan. We know the plan. Yeah, the one so the one thing too about traveling a bit is like you really kind of like I'm trying to find a nice way to say it, but it's a lot of average thinking. Right? A lot of average, mediocre, just scarcity, you know, that you see sometimes, like, and even in my own like family members and whatnot, right? Like, so it's you know, it's an environment that you really, as hard as it is to say, you really don't want to spend too much time there, right? You really don't, because it is a lot of lack, it is a lot of scarcity, it's a lot of just old stinking thinking, you know, old programming and whatnot. So yeah, I had to take a shower, right? I had to take a mental shower when I got back too. Not just a physical shower, but a mental shower as well. This is not Match Trader, no. The Benz is good. I don't think a lot of you guys know, but I've had this car now for probably about 3 months. Yeah, maybe even 4. But I just got to, you know, posting the videos and stuff. Yeah, getting the content out and whatnot. But a lot of good videos. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of these videos, and, you know, some of these monthly reviews with weekly reviews, payout videos, trade reviews, things like that, right? Daily reviews. I don't like to do them so often, right? Because I like to keep them, you know, rare and valuable. I feel like some people do these every day or every week, and I don't really like to do that. I like to kind of, you know, put them out every now and then, so that way you can get the most out of these videos. But if you guys have not checked out these videos here, go check them out. This is also the very first video of the YouTube channel, I believe, was right here. Yeah, breaking some stuff down. But all these videos are jam-packed with value, right? All these like trading videos here. So I would highly recommend going in, checking them out, and just studying them. They're quick 10-minute, 15-minute videos that are really, really good. All right, Goldie. You got to see more to be more. Yeah. Like we were talking about gas prices. Like what? Gas prices. Talking about gas prices. After 4 months of observation, join the clubhouse. First stream here. Welcome, my friend. Big W. Big W, welcome in. Be sure to take your time. Go through the webinars, go through the course, come to the live sessions that fit your schedule, ask really good questions, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Send your trades in, like bug the living daylights out of me, right? That's what a good student tends to do, is he just bugs the crap out of his mentor, right? In a non-buggable way, all right, if that makes sense. It's a skill. It's a skill. You got to learn how to do it, man. You got to learn how to be mentored, right? It's a skill set, believe it or not. Most people don't know actually how to be mentored, right? But yeah, welcome in, and anything we could do to help you, we are here, brother. Yeah, Muggs. I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't really thought of that stuff in a while. Hey, nah, I was in the shower, like just washing away some, you know, mediocrity. Have we stopped making monthly recap videos? Sometimes. Yeah, I haven't made one since I think March was the last one. So I have to make a video. Plus, I got a webinar coming for you guys. It's not going to happen in August because I've been just moving around a little bit here. I'm also going to be traveling like the end of this week here too. So it's going to be sometime in September. Yeah, sometime in September. Yeah, I will get to doing maybe some new videos. Maybe we'll do something, you know, sum up the quarter for you guys. Yeah, I think I promised you guys a quarterly review, so we'll get that done. Can you buy on the 15? Yeah, you can. You can, but the thing is here is that the 4 hour technically is still bearish, right? The 1 hour has 5 minutes left on it, so I wouldn't really touch anything. 30-minute is still open, and the 15-minute closed below the range there, right? So I wouldn't take the buy here, but possibly on this next hourly candle, there will certainly be some buy positions coming in. How are you? Yeah, how are you? What up, Norbin? Last night I would have entered the break of this current high. Why do I have this kind of thought? Which one, brother? Like right here? Right here? Because you're probably just trying to be a fortune teller, right? And trying to just tell the future here, right? So instead of trying to tell the future, we could just wait for price action to give us like the most familiar candlesticks combinations, right? That we kind of understand. Hey, every time, not every time, but in most cases when we get these type of patterns, right, the playbook, that's going to be our best setup. So we already know that more times than not, if you take a buy here with that resistance, you may get rejected out of there, right? Just like the last few. So I think it's Monday. You might be a little antsy. Check your pants. You might have ants in your pants. You know what I mean? You might have ants in your pants. But we have a elite session today, right? So maybe let that keep you out, right? Like, I got an elite session today with Nick. If I show him that I took a buy and it was right below support or right up below resistance, that's, not really going to look like the best trade. And if you lose it, oh my God, now it's like, I already know what he's going to say. And yeah, so. But yeah, if you feel good about it, it's also, you got the 1 hour breaking the highs here and whatnot. But again, 3 minutes left on the 1 hour candle. Why not just wait? But a lot of in most cases, gang, the range, when I see people make mistakes and make like unnecessary trades that end up in losses, typically they're buys right below resistance or like sells right above support. So 930 cheat code, yeah, because if we can get by the way, so I'm not sold completely on the buys here, right? I mean, if you can also get a bearish closure, right, that we planned out here today, then this is also an option, right? But again, with the 4 hour candle being at support, closing with no bottom wick and a strong rejection outside of that daily wick area, then chances are, if we get the proper price action above 34.10, then we could potentially see a move up there. So ants in the pants, you never know. You seem a bit gloomy today. Do I? What makes you say that, Cookie? What makes you say it? Use buy indicator? Yeah, or you could do that. Just use the buy indicator. Surely you'll be successful there. Technically you can't spell pants without ants. Do you think it's a good idea when you do your weekly review is look at the chart too and the trade you might missed? Yeah, so I do that on the daily, right? So every day I kind of review the session and go, could I have gotten in anything? Maybe I could have, maybe I couldn't have, right? And I'll just kind of do that on the day to day. Oh, I'm talking slower? Well, let me speed up my talking. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I got like 3 hours of sleep. So since I got like legit like 4 hours of real sleep since like Thursday. BTC view, just hold. Buy and hold. Buy and hold. When you go up and you got these crazy amount of profits and you go, you know what, I want to take a little percentage and you wanted something that you really like, then do it. They say I talk a little fast, but if you listen a little fast, I ain't got to slow down for you to catch up. You know what I mean? Hey, if anything, just go back and then just speed the voice up by like a couple, you know, like playback speed. Yeah, that'll be good. Oh, Jimmy Williams. Don't spill the beans, bro. Don't spill the beans. Okay, so look at this. So very interesting here now. Very interesting. So we did we closed with no top wick, right? So we closed with no top wick here on the 15, 30, and the 1 hour has a wick. Wow. So this is, you have to be cautious here, right? So I think we wait for the 15-minute closure because again, technically we're bearish, right? And from the morning when we came here, we said if we can get a candle that closed with like no wick, right, and then a bearish closure, that's where these sells will probably come in to fill that wick and continue moving down, right? So again, this could be where we start to fake out. So let's wait on this 15-minute candle, see how that candle closes, right? If you get a pretty solid like rejection here and a closure back below, then yeah, no doubt these sells will most likely start playing themselves out at 9:30. Jimmy Dink. Yeah, that's true. That's true, AV Mike. Liquidity sweep before the sells? Possibly. Possibly. Yup. Possibly. That could be what's going on here. Keep in mind as well, the cleanest buys of the day and my original plan for buys is above 20, right? So just keep that in mind as well. This is all, you know, some territory where we could catch sells coming from. So sessions, wait, what was the question? I don't know where it went. Are these sessions daily? Yes, they are. Yeah, they're daily. Yeah, Monday through Friday we tend to come on YouTube for the New York session. Yeah, last Friday we were only in the clubhouse because I was actually traveling, so there was no YouTube live stream, but typically Monday through Friday we're here for NY Sesh. Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny? I'm not too sure where Johnny is, but I see Rafi here. Rafi's in the building.
Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
Morning, G. How we feeling? How are you? Hey, how are you? Oh, my bad. I muted you. There we go.
There you go. Hold on. Let me look at something here.
You could be my co-host, so that way you can mute and unmute as you please.
How you doing, my guy? How was your trip?
Amazing, bro. Amazing. How are those excess?
I haven't tried them yet. You know what? I should probably go and get it right now. Hold on. Let me go get it.
Hey, put it in the freezer for like, depending on how good your freezer is, let it get a little bit more, a little extra chill on it. A little extra chill.
Oh, it's been on. Hold on. Let me just go and check it out. Hold on. I'll be back.
Okay, we also have an hourly closure here on ES as well. So we're 3 minutes into the hour here. This 4 hour candle is looking like it's, you know, getting ready to move here as well now. So possible ES entries here coming up as well. Yeah, gold's going to need, let's say, a little bit of time here. Let's take a look at our top wick on ES. Yeah, Goldie's going to need probably another 15 minutes at least, but ES could be about ready to go here.
Dude, hopefully this is like a real thing. Can you imagine if it's like a
some bootleg version?
Like an Alibaba one?
Man got Alibaba excess.
Dude, I was impressed. I wouldn't think that you'll see something like this out there.
That's funny. All right, let's see if we can get a better top wick here on this new 1 hour candle. I think we could spend some time making this top wick here, and then maybe sell stops coming up soon. Oh, look at that. Yep, there's the break of the 1 hour highs there. and now we're starting to come back down. So you got to be careful because this is where the fake out can happen. Trade Ovate acting up. I don't have my Trade Ovate open, so I'm not too sure. What is ES?
Good, man.
You like it? Which one did you crack?
Yeah.
Which one you got?
Goodies. I got this one right here.
Is that Naranja or honestly I haven't had that one. I like the Naranja one though.
Yeah, I got the Naranja. I got this tamarindo, you know, Latin blood, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, this guy got he got the two most popular Latin flavors.
That's his thing. He was at a Latin store. I'm like, obviously.
That's funny.
They're selling them over here, man. They're hustlers.
Oh, snap. What up, Dan? Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. What's up, Jimmy Lee? Am I still trading NQ? Not really. More ES than NQ. Yeah, we've taken a few ES trades recently. Are you trading more than just good these days, Nick? Oh, I'm trading great. Like what was it again? Frosted Flakes. We're not trading good. We're trading great. We're trading great. What pairs do I analyze? Gold and ES, and then basically any other pairs that you guys want me to look at. If I have the time to do it, I'll do it. Johnny Gems, yeah. Just let me know when Johnny Gems pulls up. We'll get him in. Do I only trade New York? No, I trade all sessions. I trade them all. I trade them all. I trade all the sessions. So here's my performance here in all sessions. So I'm pretty active for the most part of the day. So this right here is going to be, London session here in this white box. So pretty active, right? You got a New York session, which is my main session, in the yellow box. And then you got Asian sesh in the orange box. So I'm active. I'm here all day, looking for trades during the session opens and whatnot. So yeah, we active out here. We active. Yeah, so we do. So for those of you guys that don't know, we have a whole live streaming network. So it's called the Clubhouse, and that's where I tend to trade on the other sessions. So we live stream those sessions as well, all within the Clubhouse. Tony the Tiger. What do you think, Rafi? Not good? Great, baby. Great.
Bro, it's good stuff, man. Really good stuff.
Nice. What percentage of my trades are on NQ these days? None. None of them. I would say 85% of my trades are on gold, and now probably the other percentage is on ES. So I kind of don't even trade gold NQ anymore. Clubhouse is separate from YouTube. Yeah. Clubhouse is a live streaming network. We got my whole trading course, right, about how I trade is in there. We also have a ton of webinars, probably like 50, 60 hours of webinar content, pre-recorded stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff going on in there. Can you talk about what your take partial zone would be for these buys? We are anticipating sells, or how you're identifying the precise zones for partials. Should we target the bodies or the wicks? Yeah, good question. So basically, if we were to take a buy, right, on let's say we took a buy here on the flip or whatever of this candle. So there's really no buy here to really talk about. But if we were, right, or let's just say we took the real trade, right, and we took a buy above here. So the full target for me would be, again, let me just draw this out. So let's just pretend for a second that price closed above and we were ready to take a buy. And don't yell at me, I know it's overextended. Let's just say we're going to take a buy here, right? So what we'd be doing is we'd be setting up shop. So we'd be saying, okay, if this candle kind of gives us a low, then what we're going to do is we'll keep the stop at the low. We'll enter on the break of the high, and now we have to map this trade out, right? So right before we're getting in, we got to know exactly what we're doing. So for me, that would be my stop loss, right, below this low here. My entry would be on the break of the high. My partials in this situation would be probably somewhere over here. I'll go down to the 15-minute, see what's popping here. Somewhere around these wick fills, right? Would be like where I would take partials, and then the rest of it I would let run. There's going to be other times where you can like look left. This would also be an area for partials, right? I would probably put it a little bit lower though, just because of those wicks there. So that would also be an area for partials or even break even. If you take the trade based off the 15-minute time frame, right, then I would say anywhere in between, you know, this resistance here, like these wicks right there. That's where I'd be looking to snag some cheddar there. Yeah, that would probably be like 1R ish. So yeah, a little over 1R or whatever. So yeah, in this, sometimes when you have these big moves that come down, like you don't really have much to go off of right here. So that's where you got to go left a little bit sometimes, and you say, okay, where's the most common area? And if we put a line, right, from like, let's use this area here. Look at this: 1 tap, 2 taps, 3 taps, right, 4 taps, 5 taps, 6 taps, right? All that support there. So this would be a very clean area, maybe even a little bit lower, right, to snag some partials in that buy position. Oh, what do you know? It just lines up perfectly with the wicks there too. Yeah, so that would basically, that's what I look for. I think whoever asked that question, I think it came out of the Clubhouse, right? So I would go into the Clubhouse webinars, and I would go to trade/risk management, and I would take a look and kind of study those webinars there. What up, Project Toro? You say you want to be great, but then you live like an average man. Yeah, facts. Your actions are proof. Yes, sir. What you do, write this down. What you do speaks so loudly that what you say I can't hear. What you do speaks so loudly that what you say I can't hear. So it goes right along the lines, is you say you want to be great, but then you live like an average man. If we put a camera on you and we followed you around all week, would we see someone deserving of success? That's the question. Will your thoughts, will your words, will your habits, will your actions line up with someone who's going somewhere, right? Because you can fool us all you want. You can fool social media all you want, but you can't fool the game, my friend. You can never fool the game, right? So in the game requires doing, right? The game requires following the laws of success. So, you know, it's like you trying to be successful without following the laws is like me trying to let go of this wallet and let it go up. It just don't. It goes down every time, right? What law is this? Law of?
It's just like trying to be successful without following the playbook.
Yeah. So you got to follow the laws of the game. Got to follow the laws. What pair is this? This is gold. Goldie. Let's see. What's up, Damien? Welcome in, bro. Welcome in.
Yo, how was Oklahoma? You like it? First time being there, or you been there before?
It was my first time being there. It was an interesting place.
Yeah, that's how I always. No, you get the point.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. In and out, you know. So it was fun. I got to see some family members I haven't seen in a while either. Like literally like 20 years.
How's Papa doing?
He's good. He's good. He's moving around pretty good.
Papa Stu.
He's doing.
He was happy to see you guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was thrilled. Yeah, we're gonna try and get him over here in probably November.
Oh, sick.
November is he got his birthday in November, plus you know, the holiday or whatever. So
yeah, that'll be nice.
We'll see. Wow, so 1 hour broke the highs there for no push up here. So a lot of buyers are in, and by the way, a lot of sellers got clipped here too. So you got buyers getting clipped right here. you've got sellers getting clipped right there, and now that look, this is all liquidity, right? So now that all that liquidity is kind of snagged up here, the next really good closure that makes sense could be our, you know, our ticket, right? So we'll see. We also creeping up towards like 9:15, 9:30 here, so we should have some volume coming in soon. If this candle would have closed way up here and we would have left ourselves some room to move down, I would have been very interested in that. So we'll see if the 30-minute candle can close that way, but 15 is going to close right here at support in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, we're just ranging. We just ranging. Do I read books as well? Yes, I'm a major believer in books. Books were probably the #1 habit that really helped me transfer my whole mentality and kind of give me that paradigm shift was reading books. Yeah, reading books. Reading books is just different. You know, you're in your own head, right? It's just you and the book. So I started my own personal growth and development plan back in 2013, and I've been reading ever since. Recommended prop firm would be Top One Futures. 55% off all accounts on Top One Futures, and it ends sometime this week. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Thursday, but they said it was sometime this week. I think it might be Thursday, but I will double check. But yeah, Top One Futures, code TTE will get you 55% off, and you know, they're the company that I use, so pretty good. Yo, what up, Ray Slay?
We read some books.
We do a little reading.
We read a couple of books.
We do a little reading. We do a little writing. We do a little.
Make sure your book has red letters in them.
We do a little planning. I want to show you guys some of these books. This is where my first original thoughts came for the Clubhouse, for the YouTube live stream. So I have a book that it's a book of thoughts. That's really what it is. And this is where I plan my life, pretty much. We had the futures, the funding company ideas in here as well, that were going to lead to the hedge fund. But we're going to kind of move those plans around a little bit and not go with the funding company, but possibly look towards brokers in the near future, and then potential continue on to get the hedge funds going. You know, so. A lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff. Look at that. Asian, London, New York, and Power Hour. Remember, that was our original schedule. Was Asian, London, New York, and then Power Hour. So I'm glad we switched that Power Hour to pre-NY. But always keep a book for ideas and thoughts, and then always, you know, obviously keep a book to read. Can I recommend some good books? Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich, The Slight Edge, The Power of Positive Thinking, The 5 a.m. Club. What else? The Forex Mindset, if you want a really good book on trading. There's a whole bunch. But you can start there. That'd probably take a month or two. Yeah, The Compound Effect is a great book as well. Outwitting the Devil is an incredible book.
Psycho-Cybernetics is a huge one as well.
Yeah, I haven't read that one.
Yeah. Maxwell Maltz, bro, like it's huge about mental picture creation and how to change, you know, your inner story and stuff like that. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I heard good things. Typical Monday range. Yeah, Sandman. Not our first Monday here, right? Gold shook me out. Well played. Yeah, you see where the liquidity's at here today. Oh, watch my 3-day boot camp from Top One Trader yesterday. Okay. Very nice. I forgot about the content that they had over there. Sick. Yeah, that's good. That's all good stuff. I think most of that stuff is still very, very applicable here today. My favorite books, those are some of them. You know, Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich. I love Og Mandino books. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Og Mandino, but he's a great one. I love John Maxwell books. So I've probably read about 200 220 books over the course of the last like 12 years or so. So there's just a lot, there's a lot in my head, but really, after reading 220 books, I kind of summed it up to about 5, so those are like the 5 I'd recommend. I like reading new books, but I also like, just a very slim picking of wisdom and knowledge, and yeah. 5 a.m. Club's a great book too. Highly recommend checking that one out. That one's by Robin Sharma.
Yeah.
Oh, also The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Incredible book.
Huge, bro. That's a good one. Really good one. You heard that one, yeah? Like on
Yeah,
Audible?
yeah. No, I read it, but I listened to kind of like a meditative soundtrack when I read it. Yeah, so that the Outwitting the Devil is the one that I started to listen, because you told me to check it out on audio, but I had read that book way back for the first time I read that book was back in 2015, I believe, and that thing,
wow.
that just blew my mind.
Yeah, bro. I told you, like when I listened to that book, we were like, bro, let's get out of here. That's when we actually bought our tickets and went to Bali.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You're like, we're out of here. Time to glitch the system. Yeah, I mean, Outwitting the Devil will certainly help you start to glitch, for sure.
Literally, out of here.
Yeah.
Within 2 months, we sold everything.
You just bought my dream car? Let's go, brother. Can't wait to see you in it too, man. Pull up together to the car meets. Twinning. They moved and got clipped. That's right. Yo, Gold said nobody moved, nobody gets clipped. All right, let's check up what's going on here. You see how we're getting rejections out of here? How there's no true push down here? So we got some sketchy stuff going on here on ES right now. So glad we didn't enter any sells. For those of you guys that did, again, Pac-Man's out here on this lovely Monday. So just be careful, wait for the right stuff. No need to be desperate. The market does not reward the desperate trader ever. Success does not reward the desperate trader ever. Women will not reward the desperate guy ever, right? Ladies, you ever get like these desperate guys? Do you ever, no, right? You just like, get away from me, dude. Get away from me, right? And that's how the market feels sometimes when we get all desperate and stuff like that. It's like, we'll take your money and get you going. Psychology of Money. I was actually going to pick that one up yesterday. I seen it in the airport. I was thinking about reading it, but I didn't get it. How much time do I spend reading a day? Not much anymore. Now I'm running multiple businesses. I'm a father, husband. I have so much going on now. And again, those aren't excuses at all. Those are actually other things I'm filling my time with. So I actually really don't get around to reading too long per day anymore, right? Like when I was single and it was just me and Anna or whatever, I would read for 2 hours a day, right? But now I get like 20 minutes in, and sometimes that's all I can do. But I will listen to audiobooks all throughout the day. So I always got some sort of audiobook playing, whether I'm at the gym, in the car, on my way somewhere. So yeah, I'm always locked in.
University on wheels.
Yeah, I'm always class is always in session for me. I don't know anything. I'm just a beginner. Just finished Think and Grow Rich. Awesome. 4-hour work week. So I think there's some better books that you can read, Jimmy Lee, than the 4-hour work week. I know it sounds great, but believe it or not, a lot of that stuff is really not even applicable from that book anymore. Times have just changed so much. I mean, it is, but yeah, I think you'll probably get a lot more out of some other books. What would you recommend on any tips on people who really don't like reading? Well, here's what happened to me. I said, so I have a mentor, right? And I've this guy, same gentleman's been mentoring me since 2013. And I remember when he first started telling me, you know, hey, if you want to be successful, he said, hey, Nick, what do you want? How do you want to live? How do you want to live? So I told him, right? So that way he can mentor me, right? And tell me things that'll push me towards that lifestyle. So he said, all right, man, you know, all successful people usually read books, right? And they ain't reading Harry Potter. They're not reading Charlotte's Web. They're reading, you know, books like Think and Grow Rich and Magic of Thinking Big and stuff like that, right? So I'm like, well, you know, okay, you know, I'll try it out. And I called him up and I said, you know, Ed, I really don't like reading. And he goes, well, that's fine. I never really said you had to like reading, right? I just said you had to read. Right? So you don't have to like the laws of success, right? But you're going to have to apply them if you want it. So not everything that it takes to become successful are you going to like, especially in the beginning. I remember I would say, hey, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I keep falling asleep. He said, well, you better start reading standing up, right? And what he was really trying to teach me is that no excuse will do, gang. No excuse will do, right? So whether you like it, you don't like it, if it's going to get you to your destination, it's got to be applied, right? So I would just say crystallize your vision a little bit more and understand that reading is going to make you smarter. It's going to make you wiser. It's going to make you more knowledgeable. And as that starts to happen through reading, you're going to fall in love with reading, gang. Like, I never read a book growing up in my life. After I read Magic of Thinking Big, you couldn't stop me from reading books. So I would just go ahead and take some action, whether you like it or not. Believe it or not, it doesn't matter, but it will get you to your destination. So sometimes you got to do things you don't like.
It was similar to me. It was similar to me, you know, because when I came here, I didn't speak English that well, you know. Mm-hmm. And there was actually a person it was a psychologist that I was working at the time. And he said that, you know, if you don't like to read and if you want to improve a lot of areas of your life, pick a subject that you're really curious about, something that you're really passionate about. And at the time, I was really into Al Pacino. And I found a book that was his biography. And I got soaked into the book so much that I was like, wait, I want to find out something else. And I started reading about baseball stuff. And let you know, I had all these books around, you know, and it was like a hypnotic thing, you know, because he told me, like, find something that you're really passionate about or something you're really curious about and try to read a book about it.
I like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too, because reading itself is like a skill too, right? So like, you don't want to just jump into a very deep book with small words and a lot of pages. Like that's a great tip, actually. Like, find something you're interested in, a simplified book, and then just get your mind into the game of reading. Because believe it or not, again, reading's a little bit of a skill. So the first book you read is like a warm-up, right? And then as you start to read more books, you start to understand them better. You start to hold the information a little bit more in your mind. You understand it. You can read a little bit quicker. So it's just like anything, it's a little bit of a process too.
And it's a belief system also, you know, because I used to believe the same thing, like, bro, I fall asleep, you know. It's like, yeah, I just keep falling asleep. But the fact that you love the topic, you wake up and you reread it. And it's just like you're going to override that thought. That belief. And exactly, that's just what happened.
No, for sure. And Mr. V, he said too to me, he said, you know, Nick, by the way, it's not such a bad thing that you're falling asleep reading. And I was like, really? Why is that? And he said, because whatever you put in your mind right before bed, that is what your mind will ponder on the entire night. So believe it or not, the moments before bed are some of the most crucial moments of your day. Right? So you got to take care of that time there. So even if you do fall asleep reading, it's all good, because most likely your mind's going to start pondering upon the last thing that it was fed. So if the last thing it was fed was something from a personal growth and development book or a leadership or, you know, some sort of a book that's going to make you better, you know, ultimately that's still a W.
Huge.
It's huge.
And that's how you start rewiring yourself, man. You know, it's like now you are a reader.
And readers are leaders.
You have a bunch of books. Yeah.
And then the coolest part about this, parents, is that as you read, your kids are going to want to do what you do, right? So if you sit there and look at your phone all day, you can't be mad that they want to do the same thing mommy and daddy want to do, right? Watch how your kids change as you change, right? Watch how you replace your phone with a book. Watch how they start to look for books, right? So every now and then I'll catch Maverick over in the corner. He don't know how to read, but he's looking through the book all by himself, and I go, I wonder where he's seen that from, right? I wonder where he learned that, right? And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? The only reason he's reading is because he sees mommy and daddy reading, right? So as a parent, you have a very strong responsibility to lead the way. So it's pretty cool, when your kids you look over and your kids are starting to duplicate you, especially when what you're doing is good. You got to rip the muscle to tear it. That's true. Are we allowed to trade with Trump? Yes. Of course. I'm interested in Harry Potter. We'll pick up the book and give it a read. I've actually never read a Harry Potter book. I actually never really read books at all. Yeah, up until like 22 years old, I never read books.
Yeah, it's a fascinating thing to me nowadays, bro.
It is. And the only reason you're not further along is because you just haven't unlocked certain knowledge yet, and a lot of that knowledge is in books. So there's a reason why most people are average, right? By the way, you don't have to read books to become successful, right? I'm not saying that. You can easily become successful without reading books, but reading just puts you on another level. Like when you're in a conversation with someone, you can tell whether that person's reading or not, right? And if you're constantly reading every day, you're going to be just a step ahead. And sometimes that's where the win happens, is just being a step ahead. Oh yeah, I like that, Joshua. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, make it fun for your kids. Get your kids involved and whatnot. Yep. Yeah, make it fun. How's my month? My month's going great. How about yours? Let's see. The month's going so far. Preparing for the month ahead. Being truthful on when I miss an action. Okay, great. I love it. I love this. Daily non-negotiables, baby. Yeah. So get yourself like, if you guys are struggling with productivity and kind of just like lacking, right? Get yourself like a sheet of just daily non-negotiables, right? And it might just be like a handful of things, maybe 3 or 4 things, and just get to work. Like find out if you only had the opportunity to do 4 things today to get you to the next level, right? What would they be? And jot those down, right? You may have goals in financial goals, physical goals, right? You may have multiple goals in life. So it's like, what 4 things are going to be the most efficient and productive on a day-to-day, and then just knock those out every day, right? Because success truly is a day-to-day game. It's a game of inches. So any of you guys, especially the men out there, you ever finish up your day and you're just sitting on the couch and you want to play with your kids, but you just can't stop thinking of, what else can I do? What else can I do to get success? What else can I do to provide a better life for them? What else can I do to become more successful? Anybody? That can be extremely unproductive, extremely. So what happens is, if you can define what a win is for you every day, ultimately that will lead you to your end goal, right? Then what you can do is, when you're on the couch there at nighttime and it's time to play around with your kids and you think, what more can I do? What more can I do? You say, you know what? I already won the day. Right, I already did everything I could to put me in position to be a success tomorrow. So this really helps This gives you a sense of victory for the day, a sense of accomplishment, and just like a clear map, right? Say, hey, if I do this every day, right, then I should have these results by the end of the week. And if I do that, if I get those results by the end of every week, then I could start to see some of the results that I'm looking for on a month-to-month basis. So lock in the day, right? My mentor would say, win the day. He'd say, wake up and punch today in the face is what he would say. So that's how you do it. You get daily non-negotiables and you lock in or you clock in, whatever you desire. But I'm running with the slogan now. You either lock in or you clock in, G. And that was when my back was against the wall, that's what I said to myself. I said, my guy, you either lock in or you clock in. So what's it going to be, right? It's time to put up or shut up here. So, that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror and be truthful. Because I got a news for you. If you don't lock in, you will clock in. You will be forced to clock in. Right. And, if you don't do anything now, you'll never be able to kind of get to the life you want to be at later. So many books are banned. Yeah, no.
I guess the question here is, what do you truly want to clock in? Either way, you got to do that.
Yeah, because either way, you're going to work.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to clock in into your own skills, your own business, or you want to clock in for something else? You choose wisely.
As I mentioned all the time, it would be nice if we had the Persian girls feeding us grapes, and we just lay back and, we become funded traders. And then all of a sudden we never have to do another thing. And I think that's actually what some people think this is. You get funded and then you move to Persia and then you just sit on a lounge chair and females will just come and feed you grapes. And it just doesn't go down like that, right? Like the more successful you become, you tend to have to continue to work even harder and harder, right? Until that is actually built up and, solidified. So.
Just like sports, it's like, okay, you signed professionally. Do you make it? No. Now you got to work to stay in that state,
Mm-hmm.
Like once you sign and you're in the professional level, now you got the real deal happening, real competition. Now you got to work in to not just survive, but to dominate.
Yeah. And look, I know you guys like, hey, once I make 10 grand a month, I'm going to be perfectly fine. But gang, once 10 grand comes around, you're like, I can't make anything under that, right? And then you go to 15 and then you go to 20 and you're like, man, when you're at 20K a month, you're like, I can't even, I can't go back to 15 grand a month, right? And you got to go to 25, right? So just when you think, well, I'm not a greedy guy and, I don't need much. Trust me, gang, it's not about that. It's about the progression. You know what I mean? So as you reach certain levels, my mentor would say, once a rubber band is expanded, it can never go back to its original state. So once your mindset is expanded, once your dream has been expanded, right, and you can see the bigger picture and you're around bigger thinkers, it can never go back, right? That's why a lot of you guys could have quit trading probably months ago, but you're like, I can't quit trading, right? Because there's a new level that you're trying to get to, right? So it's a beautiful thing, though. Lock in or clock in, man. Lock in or clock in. Write it down. Yeah, this moved down very awkwardly. I'm not upset about this. I don't really, it's whatever. Yeah, so by the way, it is 9:30 here, and we are still waiting for some better price action. So the 15's trying to move up, 30-minute candles are trying to move up. We got volume, we should have some volume coming in here. So let's see if we can get a probably a 15 closure above here now, and maybe we can take these buys. Do I discourage trading off your phone? Nah. I mean, if you can do it, some people do it well. I personally don't trade off my phone. But if I was ever in a pinch and I had to, I could. But if you can do it off a PC or a laptop, I would say that's probably a little bit better. But, who am I to say that? Because some people trade better off their phone. All right, can we get above 12 here? Let's see. Yeah, if you're locked in while you're clocking in, you won't be clocking in for much longer, as long as you're staying locked in. Any algo trading? I've never done any algo trading, so I wouldn't really know. I wouldn't have much feedback on that. How often do I read the Bible? I read the Bible every day. Yeah, every day. I've really been learning a lot. I've been extremely enlightened recently. Extremely enlightened. So I'm actually working my way through the Bible and going back into certain books and chapters and really just trying to identify some things. So let me hold 100. Did we get barbecue? We did not. We did not get... Oh, wait. Did we get barbecue? No, we didn't actually. No. Nope. I don't think so. I got wings one night. I got barbecue wings one night. They were pretty good. Do I like buys on ES? Let's take a look. Yeah, potentially. Potentially. Yeah, coming out of that support. Let's take a look at the 4 hour here. Yeah, 4 hour never broke the lows. And the one thing about the 4 hour too here is that you never closed below yet, right? So you got this area right here in which prices never closed below. So if we end up getting like a, you know, pushback up out of that zone, right? Then chance, and that's why I was saying I'd really love to see the 4 hour candle close before we even take trades on ES today. But yeah, we'll see. After I buy gold, how long will I stay in it? Probably till about 34.17 if we can get the buys here. But again, like this, we could just melt off here, right? So this area is very, very important right here. So notice how last time, like we were kind of looking for sells off of that, but obviously it just drove down with one candle there. But like had we had a bearish closure kind of like this, I would have been very interested in those sells there, right? So I think we're going to probably trade the range here for the most of the day. So if we can sell from the top of it, I wouldn't mind that at all. Hey, how are you, AB Mike? How you doing? How you doing? How to get closer to God in this dark time? What dark time? I mean, just listen to the words of Jesus, right? The kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven is within. So if you want to know God, right, seek the kingdom. Just look outside. God's everywhere, man. Look at the beautiful sunrise and the grass and the sunsets and just how amazing life is. Yeah, I am reading. I am reading a lot of things right now, Walter. I appreciate you talking about that. Because I believe, like, I mean, I don't believe fully, but there was, you know, something that Jesus also said, which was, hey, many are going to come in my name. They're going to deceive the living daylights out of you. Don't be deceived, right? So I'm actually challenging the Bible right now, you know, and I think it's good. I think it's healthy. So I'm having fun with it. I'll tell you that. I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun seeking discernment and just doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. Trump will speak in 20 minutes. Awesome. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We'll be here for it. Yes. A lot of missing work, whether you believe it or not. You know, we cannot be deceived, my friends. Just got another account. Could you explain to me how to copy trader? Yeah, if you just come over to settings, and then just you'll see the copy trading tab and just copy whichever accounts you like. So if you want to copy 1 or 2 or 3. Hey, give me, let's see here. Let's see what's going to happen here. All right, so last 15 here. 1 hour candle coming back up though, which is very nice. So let's see how we do on the closure. The more we question, the more we learn, baby. That's right. All right, let's see. 5 seconds. Do we get the closure above? We may get the closure. Ooh, no top wick. Interesting. All right, actually we did leave a top wick. So let's see if you can get a steep lower wick. We could enter buys in the break of the 1 hour highs, but other than that, just wait for the hourly closure here and wait for Trump, and we should get a lot of volume. The best buys are going to be up here, you know, ultimately. Hey, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say here, Project Toro. You know, for that, that's the reason why you want to identify that direction motivation, because it's gonna help you to see the pattern that is playing out. You know, we all have different patterns. You know, towards that thing or away from, right? So what you need to identify is, okay, so you are already planning, which is away from, right? Now what we need to do is lean towards a little more. Does that make sense? So find a way to leave the away present, okay, the away from, but now we are putting our focus on the towards. Does that make sense? So how are you guys doing? How was your weekend? What was the biggest takeaway from this weekend for you guys? Biggest takeaway from this weekend? Boom. What's so hard about it?
Oh, snap.
Yo, what do you think? Shall we do a webinar on meditation?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I guess. I'm good as on that. Things that will make it so easy for you. You will not think of meditation the same after that.
Remember, meditation is not about wanting anything. It's about already having it, right? Anything you want, you won't have. If you want it, you don't have it. So if you want it, your mind's going to obviously assume you don't have it, right? But if you have it, then your mind knows you got it, right? So at that point, naturally you'll align with whatever it is, you know, that it is, right? So I don't want to say it, whatever it is that you want, right? Because you don't want it, you already got it. Work harder, be wiser, man. Dan, who let you in here? No, I'm just kidding. Wait, that's not Dan. Wait, that's not. Work harder, not wiser. Work hard, be wiser. Yeah, work hard, be wiser. Yeah. Can anyone answer? Sure. What's the question? I'm sorry. Let me scroll down here a little bit. You guys got a lot of big conversations going on in the clubhouse, so focus on the playbook. Yeah, you want to meditate really good? Just focus on 1 to 2 trades a day, all right? Start there. Start there. You'll be good. How's golf going? It's not going. I haven't golfed in like probably a month and a half. What up, Scott? Yeah, Trump's gonna come in and do a little speech here now. Yep. There was another really good book. It was by Bob Proctor. It was called Born Rich. And I thought it was a pretty good book. You know what he said? He said, you're already born rich. Now you just got to find out or figure out how much money you want to earn. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Watch the webinar Meta Programs. Yeah, that one was amazing. Incredible. We can't spill all the beans for you guys, though. Can't spill it. All right, so we got hour closures coming up here in 9 minutes. 9 minutes here. Outsmart Reality. Yeah, great book. Great book. Yeah, I listened to that whole book on audiobook, so it's really good.
I was listening to it.
Yeah, good book, man. Good book.
Yeah, I know. Magnus, I've been talking about it.
Biggest takeaway, winning by following your playbook becomes easy once you accept that there is no way for you to know the outcome of the trade. Yep. Go with a predefined risk to find out, will this trade go in your favor or against you? Exactly. And that's probability mindset energy. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Just being probability minded and really not caring about any single trade. Like, I know it's tough to like say like you just don't really care about every trade, but that is the case. Like she said, when you have a predefined risk, right, and you know what it is that you're risking, and it's not a crazy amount of your account, right? Like some of us do, then there should be no issues whatsoever, right? Just run the playbook, let that trade either be a winner or loser, and then move on to the next one. Yeah. The losses, if you guys are having trouble with losses, go check this video out here, how to handle red days. If you're having trouble staying disciplined and kind of keeping a probability mindset, go ahead and check out this video, how to treat trading like a business. And then if you're over trading and over risking, go check this one out, 1 to 2 trades a day, so I could just show you how efficient it really is. Efficiency. Yeah, I mean, I stick to 1 to 2 trades a day, for the most part, right? Sometimes I get up there, 2 trades, 3 trades, but other than that, I mean, even this month so far, let me go to my TradeZella here. Yeah, just 1 to 2 trades a day, man. That's it. 2 trades, 2 trades, 1 trade, 2 trades, 2 trades, 2 trades, 1 trade. Simple. And this is me, by the way, this is me trading all 3 sessions. All 3 sessions. So back in the day, when I was first starting to learn how to trade, I only traded the New York session, and I took probably as much trades as I took in this month, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I would take those in a day, right? I would take those in about a day. So limiting your trades, limiting your risk into the market is going to be super, super crucial.
Where's Johnny?
Johnny Gems, where you at? He's probably sleeping. That boy got no sleep.
Matt.
Let's see. That man knocked out.
Count to 100. He ain't up yet.
like I know this, the trading style itself might be a little bit boring, but it produces results. And I think that's, you know, the main focus, right? I mean, you want results, don't you? So why, you know, why focus so much on the doing, and why not just focus on like the actual getting results? Because again, you know, there was days I took 12 trades, but didn't even make anywhere close to the money I make now, right? As opposed to taking one trade and doing a lot better. So less is truly more in this game. Yeah, we trade all the sessions in our Discord. Yep. Yep. By the way, there's a couple like scam pages. There's a couple scam time to eat trading pages out there too. So just know like that we will never reach out to you. The only way you can get involved with anything we do, like that has any like paid access, is either through the website or through the links on this live stream. So, you know, don't get caught up out here. He's dreaming of pips. John's dreaming of pips right now. All right, yeah, we got news coming up. So, where do you guys see that Trump's speaking? Is it right here? Is it at 10? 10. Let's look at oh yeah, right here, 10 a.m. Press conference about law enforcement though, so I don't know. I don't know if that'll have a major effect.
Just wait on it.
Throughout the days I've learned from you, I've come to realize that the hardest things to do in trading is just following the rules and not breaking the plan. Yes, exactly. So that means if you can just get over that one thing, imagine that. Imagine just getting over that one thing and you'll be successful. Wow. What a thought to have.
Book too.
Imagine you work somewhere and your boss says, "Hey man, you're doing all right. You know, and you know, you're doing good. But if you want me to double or triple your pay, I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna need you to do this, right? So would you like, as long as it was obviously moral and ethical and along the guidelines, right? Would you do it? Would you have any issues doing that every single day when you arrive to work? I bet you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't. So there's people that will do more for their job, more for their boss because they're telling them than they would for their own freaking lifestyle. So lock in or clock in, right? Lock in or clock in. Make sure that if that's the one thing that you feel like you're missing, or that's the hardest thing to do, make it your end all be all to say, hey, I will follow my plan. No one will ever catch me breaking my plan. That's kind of how I looked at it. Was I seen Don, I seen Raja, I seen these guys following their plan every day, and I was breaking my plan. I say, hey, if I could just follow the plan, I'll be good to go. I don't need to add anything, right? So once I started following the plan, it pretty much became profitable. Is Trump the Waffle King? Yeah, he's at the Waffle House. How you doing? He's supposed to be taking over DC. Charts for a stream? Yes, we'll take a look. Yeah, where is it again? In charts for Clubhouse or charts? Or you could send it to me right in the Zoom chat. Yeah, I can review the trades. Yep, just send them in here. Since I've seen John's bulletproof mindset, it's actually difficult to break the plan. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so let's take a look here. So we got a down, price moving down, come back up, create that resistance. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Creating resistance right here. Yeah, entry, impulse entry on the break of the low there. Nice. Yeah, I probably would have took my partials right there. Looks like you were aiming for the wick fill, right? Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, good trade. Yeah, straight drop too there. Clean. Trading the trend. Trading the trend. Good work. I took this onion NYSE buys. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, I wasn't really looking at it on the, I think that was the 15-minute time frame there, right? Yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That might have been the only like push up in the range you'll get today. Yep. What'd you get, like 30 pips? Yeah. Yeah, it's just so dang choppy here. A lot of chop. A lot of resistance. Took small buy at 9:30. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, look good. Breaking out the matrix. Hey, Rafi's breaking us out the matrix.
How you doing?
He's breaking us out. All right, let's take a look here. So daily still bull. 4 hour is the 4 hour closure just happened. Doji candle. So doji closure. Still closing above here. It looks like too. So not that bad here. You may have a brand new support, right? You got a 30-minute closure. So yeah, this actually ain't too bad. 15-minute looks clean. You got a lot of wicks. So this 15-minute candle closed with no top wick on it. Maybe we get a just wait for this 15-minute candle here. We get a better closure, more strong closure as well, and then that can kind of take us up right to the promised land here. But we got a lot of wicks going on here. Plus we got this candle closing with no top wick. So yeah, just Mondays
and Friday, man. You want to be
Fridays.
a little more.
Yeah. I like to get a little bit more aggressive on Fridays than Mondays. But yeah, both of them. Could size down. Yeah, you could size down. Yep. Yep. 15-minute sells on gold. If we get a good closure here, so we need some sort of bearish closure in our direction. You know, I think if we can get that, we just kind of pop back into that zone here too. So I think if you can get like a bearish closure now, then the sells could set up, right? We got a brand new 4-hour candle here too. So we might want to make a lower wick on that candle. But keep in mind, we did shift here, right? Our bias a little bit. So we're kind of leaning more towards a bullish idea now that we got this fake out, right? So if we look at the 4-hour chart, and this is why we've been just skeptical about sells the entire session here so far, is because your 4-hour candle now, right, got a little fake out going on. So we had this level here. That was our observation zone on the 4-hour chart. We want to see exactly what will we do here, right? Will we continue melting off of that candle with no wick, or will we end up closing bullish, right? So we did end up closing bullish. Brand new 4-hour candle here though, right? I would expect a little lower wick, and then for us to potentially keep pushing bullish here, right? Kind of like we did here, right here, right? Maybe we could do the same thing here now. So we've also got no top wick on this guy here, and that could be very well be our target. So I think gold's looking a little bit better than ES, but they're both kind of forming up here. Choppy. How can I size down from one contract? Go to the MGC chart. Yeah, type in MGC. And then when you go over here, one contract equals, 10 contracts there equal one contract on GC. Oh, okay, let me take a look, Damien. Yeah, I got you, bro. Let's go. Wayne, you passed another combine? Yeah, I wouldn't take sells on gold just yet. You know what I mean? I would probably, you probably want to at least see a 15-minute bearish closure. So if you took the sells and the break of the low, I don't really think that was a good idea. Oh, first time passing. Let's go, Wayne. Congrats, man. Congrats. W. Big W. Where can you watch Trump? I don't know. Let's take a look. Trump first DeChambeau. Bot behavior. Bot behavior. Let's move. Let's move. Yeah, he's not live yet. Unless this is...
For no reason whatsoever. They had to be born by America alone. Not anymore, they don't.
Yeah, I guess he's yapping, so we'll see where price wants to go here. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the buys is just all the chop in the way. All right, if we really kind of call it what it is, this is what we got here. It's kind of a rest day. Monday like a rest day. Yeah, I don't think that's live. Yeah, I don't think it's live.
Yeah, we got a link here. I think this one is live.
Yeah, I don't think he's talking yet, though. I think it's this right here, yeah. Hey, look at Rafi's talking. He's holding the microphone, too. Rafi, nice suit, bro.
You're stinking, but wait a second, I forgot my lines.
Clean, clean. Nice watch, bro. Whoa, he's got two left hands. How's he got two left hands? Yeah, this just looks like it says Monday right on it. So wait for the best. Wait for the best. Yeah, honestly, I think I really actually like these buys. I know we're like chopping around the 4 hour, but these buys are not looking bad here. My only issue is the 15 with no wick. So if I take a loss here, I bet I'd be very upset at myself. So I have to wait for this 15 to close, okay? If the candle closes bullish, leaving a wick, then I will get in. And if I lose that trade, I won't care, right? I'll be totally fine with that. But if I lose a trade today on a freaking Monday, right, off a 15-minute time frame with a candle that has no top wick, I'll be very upset. We know what Trump's talking about with gold, but yeah, we'll know when Trump's talking. Just wait. Gold will melt. So let's wait on a 15 closure. Hey, if you guys like the buys, don't let me hold you back, right? But for me, if we get a decent 15 closure here, bullish, then I like them. You gotta be careful though, man. This 4 hour candle closing doji like that, you just never know. You just never know. And gold stuck. It's waiting on Trump. Rafa, you gonna announce him?
Yeah. You guys ready?
Yeah. Can you put your phone down, please? We're working. He's got the phone. He's got the phone out. Look at YouTube right now, Rafi.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Oh. Oh. No, that makes sense. Okay.
Snap. Once Trump gets up, we'll put him here, and then he'll be talking. Be very careful on Goldie. Let me just see something here. Be very careful on gold. Order filled. Where is he? Where is he? Yes, I got to, Sujay. I got to, man. On my way to the gym later, if I lose this trade off the 15 with no wick, I won't be a happy camper. So you see how I'm thinking about the future? You guys see that? You see how I'm not just sucked into the moment of potentially making money when the candle breaks the highs, right? No, I'm focused on my plan. I'm focusing on my future, right? On later on today, right? How will I feel after taking that loss, right? If I do it while breaking my plan, it just won't be good for business, right? So I just stay out of things that are not good for business. SG80, what's poppin'? How are you? 1 hour ranges? Exactly. Yeah, most of the time if you just use 1 hour ranges, you'll be so clean. You'll very rarely get faked out and whatnot. Very true, Michael. Very true. Yeah, that's why I like, ever since the breakdown this morning, 34.20 has been the buying area, right? So we're seeing if we can get a little aggressive in here, but, billions. Trump's on the way. Hold on. He'll be there in a minute.
Uber Air.
Rafi got a nice suit on, right? I know. Let's go, SG80. Let's get it. Let's get it. Love to hear that, man. Alpha Seti. John's still waiting on that 500. Hey, that trade on Thursday was fire. Not gonna lie. I think it was Thursday, right? That was clean. All right, I gotta order some excess here because. Hey, Aaron.
Boy,
Aaron, you want me
awesome.
to send you some excess? I got you, brother. I got you. I'm about to place the order. I send you some excess chips. Chipping away.
Now, they have plantain ones?
Yeah, barbecue, sriracha,
Spanish
lime.
Sick.
Yeah, they got a bunch of stuff. Goldie, Goldie. Let me see something here. Let me see something. Ooh, buyers are in trouble now. See, I would be pissed right now. I'd be like, I knew it. I should have never did it. And then that gets you all revenge trading and FOMO trading, and one thing leads to another. Pfft, done. In the early stages of your trading journey, do you just focus on one account at a time and make the most of it? Yeah, I would just focus on learning how to trade. So if basically if you haven't made money in the market, right? If you haven't pulled profits yet, then in a way you're still in a bit of a learning stage, right? So just like embrace that learning stage, like truly enjoy it a bit, man. Like I love learning. Right? I love to learn. So you got to really enjoy that stage that you're in, and just trade one account. Don't trade to make money necessarily as early in your journey, but trade to learn how to make the money. So if you don't make money on, at the end of the day, it's really not that big of a deal, because it's like trying to, get a paycheck while you're still in college, right? I mean, you still got learning to do. You still got to graduate, and then you can go out and, produce the big bucks, right? Yeah. Full port on my Let's go, Ken. Let's go. Yeah, so 15 don't lie, 15 don't tell no lies. So now we're good. Now we can wait for closures above here. The buyers should all get stopped out here on like a break of the lows or something. Plus sellers will get in, and then, excuse me, if you can get the closure above now, it looks pretty good. So yeah, something like this now. Bullish candle closure above, a break of the lows ideally, and then we can probably head up with some confidence. So we'll be back. We'll be back to yes in a few minutes. According to the 4 hour, we should be looking for buys, right? Yes, that is correct. That is correct. But, again, you got this lower wick that has to be formed as well here. So the thing is, now you can get a lower wick that comes all the way down, right, to 33.96, and we could still remain bullish and pop here, right? So, just play it right. I think closures below 12 look good for sells. I think closures above 20 look good for buys. I mean, that's pretty much the way I'm going to simplify things here today. Anything in between, no bueno. Is it easier to trade futures instead of forex? Probably. I mean, again, once you have the skill set, you know what you're doing, it's, either way you can do it. But yeah, I personally like futures better.
Yeah, bro. Like I feel like since I make the shift, I feel like it's like you've been saying, like J-Paul boxing or whatever. Like I feel like futures is
yeah, true.
Is more accurate,
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Like I have an account that is FX, and the other account that I have is futures, and sometimes the charts don't even look the same.
No, I know, bro. Last week they didn't look anything. I barely traded my live account last week because the market the charts just looked nothing alike. So I just stayed out of my live account for the most part last week.
Yeah.
Let's see. Close.
You see positions. Like bullish on futures and bearish on forex. It's like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I only took maybe 2 trades last week on my live account. That was it. Made about $1,500. I feel like I'm rushing my learning process to get results, but the foundation got to be strong. You probably are. If you feel like you are, then you probably are. So how do you fix that? It's an easy tweak, man. You just slow down to speed up. Right? You just say, hey, let me not get too caught up in the money here and distracted by the money. Let me make sure I'm staying on task. Let me make sure I'm staying on point, and let me just focus on the day-to-day. Just focus every day. Every time I leave my buddies from the homeless community, I say, hey, man, one day at a time, G. One day at a time. Right? So that's how trading goes too. It's just one day at a time. One day at a time. That's it. If you could do really, really good today, and then close up your trading business, and then come back tomorrow and do really good tomorrow, and then do really good on Wednesday. I didn't say win or make money. I just said do good, right? I said do good at following your plan, right? Following your system. Then over time, as long as that's a profitable system, guess what your trading business will be? It'll be profitable. I think a lot of us just get too involved, right? It's like, here's the system, here's the money, and here's you trying to here's you trying to get in the way of it all, right? Hello, my name is Anna. Right? Just, bro, get out the way. Get out the way. We don't need you here, right? We don't need you here. We need you back here, right? We need you executing on this playbook. Get you out of the way, and probably the money will start flowing. Get out the way. Just get out the way. You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. So I think if more people can understand this, that they're truly... So this system right here produces profitable results, aka it gets you money, right? The issue is you're in the way. You're just in the way. Just get out the way. That's it. Friday was crazy, was it? I actually did not see much Friday. I traded London, I think we took buys in London, got some money and got up out of there. I've tried my best and learned from your videos, and now I'm getting better, but the problem is I ain't got no money, and trading needs money. So I would love if you could help me buy a 5K account. Well, my friend, I'd love to. And I'd also would have loved for someone to buy me a 5K account back when I was getting better and I didn't have much money, but no one did. And I'm grateful for that, because I had to figure it out myself. I had to work out the kinks. I had to raise the money. I had to believe in myself, and nothing was handed to me. So I think if I gave you money for a 5K account, I don't think that would do you any help, actually. So one thing, I actually asked that question to somebody one time. I also helped them to help me pass my funded account, and I'm grateful that they said no. So I would have to politely decline your request and tell you to figure that out on your own, and encourage you that you can do it. You can do it. Tell me gold is down. Gold is down. Friday was chopped. Yeah, Friday was chopped. Yeah, gold. We moved so far from Friday. I actually looked back, and I think the buys we took on Friday I think it was during London. Yeah, I think they were like, where were they? But yeah, we definitely moved down heavily since Friday. Yeah, I think this, I don't know. I can't find the buy. Somewhere up here though. I forget what time frame it was. Oh, was this it? I think it might have been here. Somewhere over here. Yeah, we literally never went back up there. Yeah, I think it was here. Somewhere over here. Yeah, now I just looked today. I still have my markups from Thursday. And we just melted. Just melted on the 4 hour. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, my friend. Look, you can do this. You don't need any help from anyone, right? Use your knowledge, use your skill set. I promise you, in a year, when you figure all that out and you're doing well, you're going to be happy I didn't hand you money for a 5K account, and you're going to be happy that you did it yourself and that you earned it, and you're going to enjoy success a lot more like that. Trust me. Trust me. Some of the worst things I've ever done for anyone was give to them, right? Some of the worst things that I did too was get things handed to me in life. So you don't really want things handed to you. You rather, trust me, you build a lot of character. You build a lot of like, in a way, like steadfastness, right? So, yeah, you can do it, brother. I believe in you.
You're already giving a lot, bro. The rest gotta come from within.
Yep. Hey, I'll be honest. If I was desperate for money, I would go dress up really nice, look really clean. I'll go to the busiest street corner in my neighborhood, and I'll just say, hey, I'm a young entrepreneur trying to raise funds. That's it. I look good. I smile. I show people I wasn't like going to take their money for granted, and I just raised the money that way. I mean, we all got busy street corners. And I think for a 5K account, like you could probably get one for pretty cheap too. So yeah, I mean, just find a way to win, right? That's what I would encourage you to do, is just find a way to win.
Bro, that was something that Tony Robbins did, bro. When he first invested in his mentorship, you know, his first mentor. Yeah, he did something like that. He went and asked a lady in the street, and he's like, "I'm doing this because I want to improve." And the lady helped him to get a loan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it could work. You know, I mean, it's better than kind of hoping and wishing, right?
Yeah.
I bet you could raise the money that day too, depending on how busy the street corner is.
That was the first time that he invested for Jim Rohn's workshop. Changed his life.
Yo, Trump never showed up here, Scott? What happened? He's late. He's got 14,000 people watching right now. Yeah, so like the way I did it, so when I first started trading, there was no like funding companies. So you would have to just fund your own account, right? With 500 to 1,000, or you know what I mean, whatever it was. So sometimes, you know, you have to, you blow that account and you got to actually go back to a job, right? And just raise some money. I told you guys what I would do. There would be these jobs, right? And this is a skill set, by the way. Some of y'all haven't been broke enough, right? Or desperate enough yet. So there'd be these jobs, right? And they would pay you, let's say, $20 an hour, right? But the first 2 weeks were training. And during the training, believe it or not, they would actually pay you like $25, $30 an hour. So what I would do is I would show up for these 2 weeks, and I don't even know if I should be sharing this. I don't even know if this is morally right, but I would work here for 2 weeks. I would get paid $25, $30 an hour to train, right? And I would leave the job there and I would fund my account. I mean, I've done that so many times, I can't even tell you. So many times, right? And I would be off to the races again. And, you know, I'd work, right? And then, you know, eventually I'd probably blow another account and I'd just repeat the process, right? I'd go find somewhere else. And I'd sit there and I'd train with them. And I'd look like I'm all interested, like I'm going to be the greatest employee that they've ever seen in their entire history. And then I'm gone, you know what I mean? Like that. So, I mean, you got to find a way to win, right? Figure it out, and it's good for the soul when you figure it out. Yeah, there was also things I would like, you know, if I had a pair of sneakers, you know, unfortunately I liked them, but I wasn't wearing them too much anymore. They were worth 500 or something. Boom, you know, I got myself another FTMO account or my forex funds account or whatever. Yo, I feel bad. Yeah. I feel a little bad for that. Not gonna lie. Don't share. Look all interested. I've worked, no lie, I've probably had more jobs than any of you guys. On paper. I drove my mom nuts. Gone as if they'd never heard from you again? Pretty much. I remember one time I couldn't even handle the training anymore. It was so bad. I'm like, it was my second day there. It was like, actually, no, it was my first day there, I think. And the lunch thing happened, and I was gone from lunch. I'm like, they were like, all right. Yeah. They come around, you know, okay, Nick, so usually around this time we take lunch. I'm like, I want to throw up here in this. He's like, usually, you know, we take lunch around this time, so why don't you go on out now, right, and hurry on back, right, so you can get back to work. I'm like, I'm out of here. I ain't coming back. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I can't wait. I'll see you in 30 minutes. You had 42 jobs? You may got me beat. Yeah, you may have gotten me beat. The other thing is I also had, some side hustles too, if you know what I mean. So sometimes I didn't even need a job, right? Oh my God. Yeah, that'd be scary. I did the same thing 2 weeks ago. My man. Oh wow, look at that tier. Look at that on ES. Yeah, this is bad news. Tough, very tough. Very, very tough here. Goldie with no wick here. Goldie with no wick. Yeah, find a way to win. That's it. Winners find a way to win, regardless. Because, again, success doesn't have a pulse, gang. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about your family. It doesn't care about any of that. All it cares about is, will you do the required steps and actions that it takes to win? That's it. So I said that the other day, right? You can have all the excuses in the world, but success doesn't give a rip, right? I mean, I care, but, you can have a family member pass away. You can... lose your car, or you can get a flat tire, or there could be so many things that happen that you can justify as an excuse, but it won't do you any good on your way to the top, because success doesn't care about what happened to you or your tire or your car or your relative. All it cares about is will you take the actions that are necessary to win. So at the end of the day, life happens, but you still got to find a way to win. Yeah, so I'd be low-key interested in sells here if this thing didn't close it out of wick. I think what we can look at, and it's kind of sad, but that's basically a no trade range. So you can make it look as good as you want and put all these things and blah, 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 right? But at the end of the day, I think the safest trades are going to be below 02 and above 20. I remember I was so broke, I sold plasma. Yeah. Hey, some of the guys on here too. Right? You said I became a sperm donor. All right, Zach, later, man. Have a great day. College dropout, never out. Yeah. I barely graduated high school, gang. But I'll tell you what, I can't wait for the high school reunion. I'll tell you that. My Instagram is it's just my first and last name. This me Insta right here. You guys can follow me on Instagram. Passing my funded account. Let's go. Let's go, Rolly. Rolly Digital. Life happens for you, man. Life happens for you. Yeah, this is my Instagram right here, gang. Yep, you guys follow me here. I don't know if I'll be able to bring the Porsche. It's a long way. My high school is a long way from where I'm at now. Green, what you think? High school reunion? Me and Green went to high school together. What do you think, Green? How long are we live today? I don't know. I might just stay live the whole day. I don't really have much plans. Just live until we feel like it, pretty much. High school? Yeah. What does a trader need to do to get recognized on socials if they are extremely good at trading? Post. Post. You gotta post. You gotta post every day. Go look at my Instagram. You'll never see my Instagram not have a story on it or something like that, ever. The moment you open Instagram, I'm in your face. Right? So you gotta if you want to get recognized, you gotta post a lot of content. You gotta, which by the way, I highly recommend. Just post, get up in front of the camera, start talking in front of the camera, start giving people maybe some of your lessons of the day, There's a lot, you know, but you can't do really much unless you're posting. So I think it all comes down to that. I'm in your face. Hey, you open up that IG, I'm there. I'm there. Still waiting for a 24-hour stream. Hey, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It seems like you only get recognized if you only have fancy cars. I don't think so, because I've built my Instagram to 40,000 plus without ever having a supercar or posting any cars. I just post straight up value, right? So I think the biggest thing is just truly caring about your audience and truly providing value. So I just provided trading content, right? This content right here, there's no lifestyle content at all, really. It's a lot of trading content, but because I've delivered right on my end, that a lot like attracted people to right my page. So if we look at this one here, view insights, right? This one has 8,400 views. This is long before I ever had a supercar. You know what I mean? Like this one, yeah, obviously like these are going to be different, like, but I've also been building this page for quite some time now, right? If you scroll all the way back, right, you will see me just relentlessly building this page up. So day by day, posting all my trades, right? Kind of trying to provide as much free value as possible. Just scroll down my Instagram page, you'll see this is what built 40,000 followers, right? I think when I started the YouTube live stream, I probably had 6,000 followers, right? And then because I started going public and posting my trades and going live on YouTube, right, I began to develop more attention, right? But again, I don't think if I wasn't trading well and I wasn't providing value that was truly changing people's lives, you know, I'd just be like another one of these guys that they don't got no followers or nothing, right, going on. So I think what it really comes down to is trading well and then providing extreme amounts of value that can change people's lives, right? Because everyone, if you go to all these trading communities, you'll see them, they all talk about the same stuff. They talk about trading, they talk about politics, and they talk about news. And they talk about just trending things, right? But how good can you get at talking about things that people aren't talking about, right? What about like how to handle victory, how to handle defeat, how to, how to basically stay steady in tough times, right? Like a lot of these other Discords or pages aren't really, doing stuff like that. So how good could you get at talking about the things that aren't trending, right? The things that no one's talking about, because, that's the true gems and the true wisdom there. Let's see. A lot of people like when I lose. So let's check the insights here. Oh, 9,400. Yeah, see, a little bit more. So now it's a little different, right? Obviously. So the insights here, what are they? 18,000, right? So it's a little different now than it was then, but we built it all from just putting out good quality trading content.
Trump's live, I guess.
Yeah. What'd you say, Rafi?
Trump, I think, is live. The guys are saying in the chat.
Trumpy Trump. He goes, oh snap. Long hair? Yeah, I had long hair. Yeah, that's right. Yep. The man bun? Yeah. Give away free value. That's what we do. That's what we do. And if you like the free value that we give here, it gets even more intensified in the clubhouse. And the clubhouse is my passion project in life. And, that's where I really want to pour into people and really, really change lives, right? Obviously, we could do that here on YouTube, and we have. But the clubhouse just goes deeper. Oh, yeah, there you go. I delivered DoorDash yesterday, and the lady opened the door and said, hey, how are you? That's hilarious. Hey, this one guy I know, he delivered DoorDash, and he didn't know he was delivering into a nude community. So in Florida, they have these really strange communities where older people live, and they're nude communities, right? So they just walk around butt naked. It's a horrific scene if you drive down the wrong street. But he goes and the lady just comes out like butt naked. Like what? Like probably like 75-year-old lady. So you gotta be careful on DoorDash, man. You just never know. Okay, let's see here. Let me just do this real quick. So this trade was taken at 9:45 on Sunday on GC, 4-hour tap target. Okay, and daily. Previous 1 hour at close with a small bottom wick. All right, top wick push to the upside. At least 4-hour rejection. Nice, very, very detailed here. Good stuff. Break the previous 15 high on the entry. Took full TP at support resistance area. Okay, because it was a counter trend trade. Very nice. If the 4-hour and the daily was bullish, I would have considered to leave a runner. I used medium size on this trade. Okay, lovely. First session of the week. Let's take a look, brother. So this is the daily. Okay, daily coming out of support. Love it. Love it. 4-hour coming out of support too. So target tap concept in full effect. The 1-hour candle got very little to no top wick on it. All right, like it, like it. 30-minute entry here, but the entry was off the 15. Let's see that entry. Where's the 15? Here it is. 15-minute celery. Yeah, perfect, bro. Perfect. Clutch. Yep, great trade. Yeah, I've seen a lot of you guys are getting really good at the counter trend trading. Getting nice with it. The target tap concept is really starting to play out. So yeah, great trade, man. Great trade. You had a big rejection, fake out, broke the lows here, came back up, closed like kind of like celery, break of the highs, pushed up, clean, 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 clean. Good job, Damien. Damien taking a lot of good trades, man. A lot of good trades you're taking. So keep doing that. Quality over quantity all day. What do I use for my hair in the showers? Water. I don't poison my body. I don't do shampoo or anything. I don't do it. I don't do it. Yeah, great job, Damien. Seriously, man. Really, really good. Keep taking good quality trades like that. Those will get you profitable, and you won't need many of them. Villages is swinger? Yeah. Stay out of villages, man. Stay away. Stay away. It's one thing if you're down in Miami Beach, but damn, the villages? Come on. No soap? No way, man. Have you read the ingredients on the soap boxes? Absolutely not. I don't even trust the water coming out the faucet. I don't take showers like the rest of y'all, you know what I mean? I think a lot of you guys go in there to like clean your body and stuff. I mean, I do clean my body, but I go in there to just get poured blessings upon me, man. I be even last night when I got home, I literally in my mind I washed away all the scarcity, all the lack, all the mediocrity that I basically experienced over the weekend. I literally washed all that off of me. So y'all be in there with the shampoo and stuff. I'd be in there totally different. What's the difference between the Clubhouse and the YouTube? The Clubhouse is like YouTube on steroids. So it's fun to be together for an hour. It's funner, if that's a word, to be together for like 4 hours. Yeah, Clubhouse is just the next level. US is a crazy place, Hyper. I'm telling you, man. It really is. It really is. Great day to train that patience here today. Yeah, very true. Very true. again, more sellers probably getting popped here. Buyers got hit earlier. Yeah. Do I only trade futures? I trade forex also. I have a live account with my own cash in it, and on that account, that is a forex account here. So yeah, but the forex charts are not looking the greatest. They're starting to look a little bit more alike. Yeah. So last week I didn't really trade this account too much. Just one trade, I think, one or two trades. But I still trade forex. I still trade some forex. Yes, sir, Crazy B. Yes, sir. Yeah, I be going in the shower to visualize, wash away all the mediocrity, and get the blessings poured on me, man. We chilling today. Yeah, we are. We are. Yeah, if anyone's got questions on just other stuff outside of trading, let's run through it. We got time today. Do I stream? Yeah, so we stream Asian, London, pre-New York. Every single weekend we do a webinar that goes for about an hour, hour and a half, and then we have a full course. So there's a lot more stuff in the clubhouse. Quarantine shower. Oh, exclusive content dropping on TikTok. TikTok?
No, it's not.
Hey, we better run TikTok live. What do you think?
That'd be sick, bro.
Should we go live on TikTok? Views on XRP.
You do that on your computer?
Yeah, I could probably do it on my computer. Yep. Yeah, I think so.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it going. Let me just do something real quick. All right, perfect. Yeah, last week's webinar, or I should say, yesterday's was or Saturday. What was yesterday? Sunday? Yeah, Saturday's webinar was really good. Shout out to Magnus. That was actually his first webinar that he did. So big W there. Really did good job. Nice clean trade review. Chopped it up. Talked about like sizing and the trades. I thought it was pretty good. Why is it my password?
I need to watch the replay, bro. We good.
Ah, there we go. There we go. What does make the GT3 RS over the Lambo? I just thought I thought it was just a little bit more unique. Yeah, I just thought it was a little bit more unique, and the Lambo. So the Lambo, I couldn't really find one that I really liked in terms of color and spec and whatnot. That was like in the budget that I had. So I'm like, nah, and then this Porsche, is so unique car, right? Such a car that really holds its value too. So I just really liked it. Started looking into it more and more and more, and just really started to like the car. So yeah, that was pretty much why. I think my next one will be like a Lambo SVJ. Higher time frame correlation too, he talked about. Yeah, that was on point. Yep. You guys want to see Magnus a little bit more in the driver's seat on the webinars? Let me know. Let's get it, Mugs. Y'all be brushing your teeth too much with that with all that fluoride, man. Your enamel's getting all messed up. You got cavities. What's going on? Do I invest money regularly?
Gland all blocked.
Your pineal gland just straight calcified.
Yeah.
If a beginner like me joins the clubhouse, would I be able to take the same trades as y'all? Yeah. We call the trades live, just like we do here on YouTube. Yeah, we pretty much all take them together. Sheesh, Goldie, just chopping here. Do I trade with Top One? I do. Yeah, I do the instant funded too. Yep. Yeah, Top One's good, man. Top One's good. I'm looking into some other stuff. Cause we may make our next big move here as a community soon, and I'll keep you guys updated on some of that. But we're doing some work behind the scenes, and we got another big play coming. So inverted celery on the way back up. It might be good. Yeah, it might. Let's see how we close and all that. We got about 9 minutes there. Yeah, Magnus crushed it. How do I like the Lambo truck? I haven't really driven it. Yeah, so I like it though. It's nice. Yeah, I would say that would be more so like Anna's car. Maybe I think Anna wants a G-Wagon over a Lambo truck though. So yeah, the Urus. That's like the standard car in Miami. You go to Miami, that car's everywhere.
Yeah, a bunch of both players have the same thing too.
Mm-hmm. My name? Come on, man. Everyone knows my name. You ain't got to do that much searching. If you were paying attention here at all, you'd know my name. Yeah, but I would encourage you guys to come down here, study some of these videos. You'll see us taking like very similar trades, right, that we normally take here. Yeah, just go through the content. But again, going back to the social media thing, you really don't need to be, driving around a Lamborghini to build up your followers. You just got to provide value to people, right? And if people feel like that value is beneficial to them, then they will continue to follow you. They will share your stuff. They will like your stuff. They will tell other people about your stuff. And, ultimately that's how it'll blow up. There he is.
I think it's easy. If you're competent, it's easy. If you're incompetent, it's impossible. But I'm very competent. Last week, my administration surged 500 federal agents into the district, including from the FBI, ATF, DEA.
My name's LeBron James.
The Secret Service, and the Department of Homeland Security.
What's your name, Nick?
They don't have anything like that.
That's funny. Hey, one of the funniest questions I've ever heard was we were at a Yankee game, and the girl turned around and she says, "Hey, is this game live?" I said, I'm done. I'm never sitting in the peasant seats again. Ever. No, I'm just kidding. I said, I'm done. She looked over and said, "Is this game here live?" Crazy. So sometimes I understand how it's not that easy to wait for a closure. I get it. My name is Time to Eat. Yes. Would I ever get that K24 hatch again? Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Yeah. My thoughts on Magic Keys? Bro, don't make me cry, man. I love Magic Keys. The death of Magic Keys in my life is something I have yet to get over. No, I think Magic Keys is good. Yeah, especially if you're using MT5 or something.
Bro, remember when MT5 disappeared from Apple Store?
Yeah, I remember that. If you had a phone with MT5 on it, you could sell it. Same thing with
For a
TikTok.
lot.
Remember that? Funny.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Dun dun dun. Checking you out from Sicily. Yeah. My name is Raja Banks. Actually, my down payment for the car came from Bitcoin. Believe it or not. So you're not saying facts. But yeah, BTC took a big, nice little chunk out and threw it on there. And how did I get my money from Bitcoin? Trading profits. So I'm an investor, G. I'm a business owner. I'm an investor. I got multiple streams of income, multiple businesses. I don't rely on one income alone. Especially, I don't rely on a trading income, right? Either. So you got to build multiple businesses in life. Tell AI to write the code. Shout out to my boy. Where is he? There he is. The BTC plug. How you doing? This guy helped me out a lot. Not gonna lie, he helped me a lot with the crypto plays. But I really don't have too many crypto plays anymore. Yeah, I just hold Bitcoin, XRP, and a couple other little ones, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put you guys on game though. Actually, no, I'm not. Why is the forex chart different? It's different liquidity and stuff. Angelo Betts. Wait, what? Did you see Angelo Betts' interview? No, I didn't. No, I did see Angelo Betts' interview in the webinar though. That was fire.
Where is he? Is he here today?
I'm not sure.
Angelo
Betts, report to the principal's office.
No, he's not here.
Peer-to-peer. Oh, born and raised Plant City. Let's get it. E-commerce is good. I mean, I've been, so long before I was ever a trader, I was building my e-commerce stores up too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, this isn't my first gig, right? I have a lot of money put away, saved away, like investments, whole lot of stuff going on. Whole lot of stuff. What do you think stops traders from doing the Robbins Cup? What is the Robbins Cup? I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it. It's like is it like a trading competition or something? My entry time frame? 15, 30-minute time frames usually. 15, 30. I put 400 in with on XRP a few months ago. There you go. Yeah, I usually stick with, like, obviously the most of the stuff that I do is with Bitcoin, so you know, I play around with a couple other ones, but nothing crazy. But the one thing that's always held strong was the Bitcoin. You know, I've been investing in Bitcoin for a long time, averaging in. One of my biggest deposits was in September 2 of last year, so obviously, you know, we're doing pretty good. World Cup of Trading, I've never heard of it. Maybe people just don't want to be bothered with that. You know what I mean? Like, professional traders probably just don't want to be bothered with those type of competitions. So maybe that's why most of them don't jump in. It's not like a game. Trading isn't much of a game, you know. It's serious business, right? So I think probably maybe they just want to focus on that. I don't know. ICT guy. Most successful people have 5 to 7 different income streams. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and some of them are passive. Well, majority of them.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, you want your assets to buy. I mean, you want like your assets to buy your liabilities in a way, right? So like, the GT3 RS, that will hold its value for. I'm not worried about that one devaluing. So that in a way is an asset, just to park some money somewhere, like literally. But you should, any money, like trading money is not residual, right? It's passive. It's not passive. It's, you got to work to get this money, right? Because if you don't show up to the desk, then you ain't gonna make money trading, right? So it's not like trading is passive income. So whatever money you do make in your trading, you got to be wise with that and start to invest that into some sort of like passive type of incomes, right? And then you let that money buy your stuff, right? Like, you let that money buy your cars and buy your vacations and buy your luxuries, right? So you don't take active income and just splurge it, right? You take active income and you look to invest it, right, into some sort of passive income. So I mean, very simple, right? Rich Dad Poor Dad 101 there. Exactly. Yeah, and eventually you just start printing money, right, based off your assets. And that's what Mr. V said. He said, Nick, if you gain up enough knowledge and understanding, one day you'll make more money in a day and than most people make in a month, and you'll do less work in that day or whatever than people do in a month. So it's like, if you can truly set yourself up properly with assets, then you never have to work another day in your life, but you got to build that foundation. Before TT, I had no source of income, was still a student. Now I got 2. Yeah, there you go. Yep. And then look, it takes time, maybe in 6 months or 12 months, you put together another income, right? And then maybe another income and after that. So you got to take it slow, and you got to be wise with your investments. But man, year after year after year, if you add 1 or 2, investments or assets into your life, you look back in 5 years like I am now, and you say, wow, I got, so much coming in from every single area that you don't really think about the price of too much anymore, right? But, that all started from me with really putting in the work in e-commerce and putting in the work in trading, and then taking those trading profits, investing it into other assets, and just letting them cook. I mean, truth is, I could have bought the Porsche a year and a half ago, right? But I didn't. I kept cooking. I kept letting my investments continue to grow and my assets produce more for me. And, then eventually I just went in dealership and got it. All right, let's take a look at ES here. What we doing? Wow. Buyers got smoked. Yeah, I mean, if we can create a steeper top wick here, I might be interested in the sell stop right on the break of that low there. That could be a possibility for the 4 hour to continue moving down, right? But other than that, don't see anything special. And gold's not doing that well. Yeah, and currently, I mean, I've taken this account here from 30,000 to 77,000 in a matter of 3 months, right? So the trading's been on point. The issue with the prop firms is you can't keep all your money, right? That's the issue, and you can only take it at a certain time. And if you run into a couple little roadblocks, right, then boom, your payout's gone. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you know, you're not a good trader. Like if you had a personal live account, right, you wouldn't have to start and restart and stop and you know what I mean? You just continue moving on with it. So yeah, that's the only issue with the prop firms is you obviously can't get all your money. So you could make 100 grand, but most likely you can only take 50 grand from it. So I think this year I've taken about 30 grand, 30 to 35,000 from prop firms. Do I invest into stocks? Not really, not really. Some of them, yeah, but mainly I like crypto a little bit better. How can you create an income? you gotta learn income producing, you know, ways to produce income. So you gotta focus on income producing activities. Just Google, hey, how can I make money in 2025?
So many ways. You can even have an account like a store and it's faceless, you know what I'm saying? No one knows what you're doing and still, you know.
Yeah. You could have a faceless account. You could just repost my content and probably make money. I know a few people with just faceless accounts. Believe it or not, someone I know, they make about I think he said $5 grand a month off YouTube. You know his channel, you know what he does? He literally just plays sounds for bed or meditation or peace or something like that. His it's crazy. It's exclusive, like raindrops falling or thunderstorms and stuff like that. It's crazy.
It's the real deal.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You'll be surprised also how much money you can make on Etsy selling like digital products, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Digital products are the way to go. You need to create. I'm in a way like a new age digital nomad. I don't have any physical companies. Do I? No. All digital. All e-com. You can't start off with a bunch of copy. Yeah, you do. You gotta think big.
Think.
My biggest asset's my mind. Gang, there's this one lady. She'll start talking and she's just literally washing her toilet bowl. She's like, y'all just gotta get online. Y'all gotta start posting something. Look at you right now. You watching me clean my toilet bowl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and she's just talking and she's just kind of sharing some stuff, right? But she's got the camera. It's recording, and that's all, you know. That's all it really takes. Thought about that? Yeah. Blowing prop firms, is it normal? In the beginning, yes. All right, yeah, we actually did get this topic here on ES. Let's see here, 4 hours bearish, 1 hour bearish, 30-minute bearish, 15 bear. Yeah, this actually ain't bad. So I'm probably gonna have a sell stop here. If we re-break that 4 hour low, it's a very high chance we're gonna move down here, right? Continue moving down. You got about a 23 pip stop, so I could see us probably coming into, you know, one of these areas down here. What is that? 6,400. Yeah, for about like 25 pips. So we'll see. Gold, ES, NQ all selling. Yeah, we'll see. I'm trading on a small account and I am break even for like more than 2 months. If what's your advice? That's great. You know, break even is a good place to be. Better than you think, right? So that means you know how to bring money in, right? So if you're break even, that means you've made money. So if you brought $1,000 in, the issue is you broke even. So that means you let 1,000 out. So you have to go now, highlight these losing trades and see where did the 1,000 go. Was it good quality playbook setups or were they crappy trades that you could avoid, right? So let's say you have like 10, let's say you have 5 losses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You want to go look, was that good? Yeah, it was good. Was that good? Nah, not a good trade. Not a good trade. not a good trade, good trade. You go, oh crap, you know what, I could have avoided those 3 losses right there. Maybe those losses equaled into like, I don't know, $1,000, right? So right then and there, you don't even have to do anything different. You don't have to learn anything new. You don't have to be better than you currently are. All you just got to do is get rid of the unnecessary losses that are stealing the money out of your P&L. That's it. That's it. So go find out where the leakage is taking place, right? Because you got leakage going on, and you got to make sure, should those losses be there or should they not be there? And if they shouldn't, then you got to stop taking those trades. All right, will we push through, break the lows, and get a little drive here on ES? We'll see. 4 hour looks pretty good to continue down. You got a bit of a wick fill down here at 02, and then 6400 actually looks pretty good here too. The one issue here is that support to the left, which could be a bit of a problem, right? But I think that wick fill should be able to get hit if we break the 4 hour lows, and then targets on, you know, 60, whatever it is, 6400 should be good. Rafi, how was that excess?
Gone, bro.
You liked it?
Gone.
You slugged it.
Yeah, I loved it. The tamarindo is sick. I'm gonna try it in naranja later.
Naranja.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's really good stuff. I'm not a big energy drink kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this doesn't feel like that.
No,
Feels
no, it's not.
different.
Yeah, it's different.
Now, do you feel like changes when you drink it? Like, do you feel more energized, focused?
I think mainly like clarity, because it's mainly like vitamin
Clarity.
Bs, so there's obviously like no sugar or anything like that. So I think I just feel a little bit more clarity, a little bit more like awake and alert.
Nice.
Yeah, so that would be my break-even advice, Mr. Match. Check that out. I mean, that's what's helped me out a lot. That's what's helped a lot of elite members. That's pretty much what we do in the elite program, is we identify, you know, what losses are good, what losses are not good, and how to go about them. All right, let's see. We got a 15 closure coming up. I'm going to delete this because we got 2 minutes left on the 15, so I don't want to get tapped in and then just pop back up. So let's see how the 15-minute candle closes. As long as it closes below, I think we can re-add the sell stop and put it on the break of the lows there. Because ultimately you have your daily candle in resistance here. Yeah, let me explain this. So you got your daily candle in resistance, right? So previous candle also closed with no top wick. And this one after a big rejection there. So this is where we could potentially start moving down on today's candle, right? Creating a strong resistance for tomorrow. Very similar to like a candle like this, or even like a resistance like that to form. So that's the idea with the bearish bias here. Now the 4 hour candle has been obviously been slowed up a little bit since that resistance, but you finally start cracking through these lows, and if you start breaking through them, then you can get a pretty clean push down, right? So that's kind of like what we would be anticipating here. If we go down to the 1 hour, we see that the 1 hour has officially closed below. So this was the area in which we were looking for a closure below. If we get a closure below, we can come down to, like I said, like 6,400 here and get a nice clean push, right? That push will be roughly 30 pips or so. So that's the idea on the way down. Now 30-minute also kind of closed below. The only issue now is it gets a little choppy here, right? Excuse me. So you get a little choppy here. That's why I would go low size on this, right? Because you got some support sitting here. But again, I think we can make our way down to 6,400, right? And potentially even fill that wick if we want to push heavy on today's daily candle. So that's kind of the ideas around this sell. But now that there's 1 minute left, let's wait, because if we close back above, then, you know, this whole plan gets scratched up. You know what I mean? So we got to remain below, and if we could remain below, then we got a bit of a celery play. Tapped in on MGC. Any advice? Yeah. So if this candle closed above, I'd probably get rid of it. If we close below, then there's most likely the next candle. If we get back to break even, like it boom, it'll break those lows and probably start to drive there. So 25 seconds on the candle. Let's see how we do. Damn, that MGC and EC or whatever it's called on ES is really a pain. What instrument is ES? It is S&P 500. S&P 500, yeah. Yeah, so this is now closing above there. So this is where I would probably start to manage risk. And if your stops were sitting above like the previous candle, I would say, you know, at least close half here. Is it on Amazon? What were we talking about again? I forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, me too. I was just looking over here, chart.
Yeah, MES. Yeah. Yeah, keep him.
That a breakout below 64.06 on that will be the best.
Hey, yeah, now that's, you know, that's the idea now. Because now if you really get the closure here, then below 06, you got all that clean range too.
And it's a clear resistance also with the breakout, so.
Buys are a bit choppy, so. Yeah, that's why I very rarely use like MGC or MES or any of that stuff, because I don't know. It's always seems to tap traders in and early and get them out late. I don't know. I stick to the main charts, but if you are using those other charts, then just account for that type of stuff. It's so annoying. That's the thing. It's so annoying because like you barely even get hit in. Part of the game. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Should I create a new Instagram account, upload my improvement? Nah, keep it on the same one. Keep it on the same one. That's something I asked my social media coach too. A couple months back, he said, nah, keep it on the same one. The thing with social media is you got to be consistent. I see some of you guys jump on and you make an attempt. And I see you get the content going, right, for a couple days or even a week or two, but you got to be relentless. You got to be every day, right? Like, you got to post pretty much regularly, right, if you want any sort of momentum. Breaking rules again and again and again. Any advice? Rafi, you got any advice? Breaking rules again and again and again.
Rules? Why are you breaking rules?
How come you're breaking them?
That's the main thing. Yeah, you're breaking, all right. You already know that you're breaking them, but why are you breaking them? That's the question. What's underneath of that? What's the root of it? Root cause.
So why are you breaking them? Maybe we could work you through this right now. What's the reason?
Great. Why are you breaking them?
I think I know the reason, but I'd like to hear it so we can kind of cater this towards you a little bit. Actually, I know the reason. I actually know the reason, but I'd like to hear from you. Oh, yeah. the energy drinks. No, I don't think they sell them on Amazon. Yeah, I'll send you guys the link in the Discord for them. That reminds me, I didn't finish my order here.
Bro, that's why I was like quaking at the store yesterday because I saw it in there. They didn't have many. And I was like, no way. Yep.
FOMO mostly. Okay, so that means fear of missing out. So why are you fearing missing out? So now let's take it a little layer deeper. Why do you have FOMO? Yeah, I'm shocked you found those in like a bodega or something.
Yeah, literally a bodega, bro. They have all kinds of stuff from all different Latin countries.
That's cool.
It's a tiny little place. It doesn't have a signal or anything. You just walk in, and if it's like you literally go to like Latin America.
Bro, I seen them in a gas station. I seen them in a gas station one time, but that was it. I never seen them again.
Yeah. Copy FOMO. So now let's describe that, because I mean FOMO, it could take there's different branches on that. What's your definition of FOMO?
And what do you fear missing out? I already know. I already know. It comes back down to money, right? So you want the money now, right? You ever seen that commercial? I want my money and I want it now, right? That's how most traders are. But you got to realize is, imagine going to college and saying, I want my degree and I want it now. You sign up for 4 years of college to get a degree. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks in, you're like, screw this. I want this now, right? You would never think that, right? That would be, that would be silly of you to think that you can get your degree 4 years earlier, right? So how come traders, think that they can start getting paid in their first week or 2 weeks or 2 months or, hey, it took me 3 years to make money trading, right? So there's a learning curve, and you literally have to know what you want, right? And you got to be willing to put in the time to get it. A lot of people are trying to shortcut the shortcut. Like, here's the deal pretty much for most of us. You go this way, right? And maybe eventually someday down the road, if you're lucky, you can retire, right? Let's just call it R, right? And this is the path, right? So this is how long do people work for now? Is it till 65? Is that the retirement age? What's the retirement age? 65 maybe? 65? Let's just say 65. So that's your route. Now over here you have this alternative route, right? Where you can shortcut the system. And you could potentially retire. I mean, I retired at 29 years old. Because what does it take to retire? Time or money? What does it take, chat? Time or money? Age or money? Right? So here you can retire, and I'll just use my example. I was 29 years old last time I ever had a job. And this is the shortcut, right? So I use trading to help shortcut that process, right? So ultimately what you're trying to do is you're trying to shortcut this shortcut, right? But if you just took the time, and let me put a time frame on it. Let's call it the 2 to 5 year game plan. How important is your dream to you, and can you commit to the 2 to 5 year plan? Can you do it? That means learning stage, right? For 2 to 5 years until you actually start to become profitable. For me, it took me dead smack in the middle. It took me about 3 years to get this done, right? But most people are committed to the 2 to 5 day plan, and if that don't work, then right? Or the 2 to 5 week plan, or the 2 to 5 month plan. But you really need to commit to the 2 to 5 year plan, my guy, right? Because once you do this, and you need time to clean up your act, right? You need time to learn the systems, to make the mistakes, to make the adjustments, to go through the process of learning, right? But you can't do that in 2 to 5 days or weeks or months. It's going to take some time. So if you can actually commit to the 2 to 5 year game plan, that means within 2 to 5 years, you can, in a way, quote unquote, hit retirement, right? I mean, obviously I'm not retired, right? But I'm talking about walking away from a full-time job, or walking away from things that you don't necessarily like participating in, AKA like your job, right? Or your career in most cases. So don't try and shortcut the shortcut. Run this process. Treat it with respect. Treat it with care, right? Because later down the road, you'll be able to pull up to the markets, check what's going on, and be able to make money from them. Or you could just commit to the 2 to 5 week plan and continue to switch your strategies, and switch your game plans and switch your trading plans, and you're gonna add this in and you're gonna X that out, and you really think that that's gonna help you, but it's not when you just go to something totally different in 5 weeks from then, right? Now you got to start all over again. You got to figure this thing out all over again. Now, who's the next streamer, and what's he teaching, and what's he saying? And now you got to unlearn to relearn. And you've done that 5 times in 5 months, right? You're never going to get anywhere that way. So you got to dig deep. You got to know exactly what you want. You got to commit, right? You got to commit to a specific game plan and give it 2 to 5 years. Is your dream not that important to you that you wouldn't give it 2 to 5 years, but you'll give this guy, your boss here, right, 20 to 30 years? So you choose. Lock in or clock in. Bossed up or get bossed around. It's your choice. Your choice. Don't listen to Jimmy Ding Dong. Yeah.
All right. That's just, man, it's just crazy, you know, because one of the other things, like, they just keep it simple, you know, not talking so much about trading, but okay, so you're breaking your plan here on trading. Now think about your own personal space, you know, like what are all the things that you know that you have to do and you don't do them, right? There's no different than breaking your plan on trading. Like, you know that you gotta do this and that, and you know and you don't do it, you're breaking the plan already. So that's where you start. How can you shift these unconscious patterns so it becomes easier in the charts?
Exactly. And this is where you implement systems, right? Because if it's up to me, I'll go commit to the 2 to 5 day plan, and it doesn't work, I'll switch it up, right? But when I commit to the system, now I know, let me just run the system, right? Let me take all the human thinking out of this equation, lock in on the system, and just let that guide my process. You know what I mean? Again, it's not like we become successful, right? Our actions make us successful, right? Our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So line those up with everything that you're after, and then truly commit to the 2 to 5 year plan. Again, I know your ego doesn't want to hear that, gang. I know you want to make all this money next week or next month or whatever the case is, but I would do you a disservice, gang, if I didn't tell you the truth here, right? I don't want to see you run around chasing your tail for 10 years, because it's more common than you think in the trading space, where people just run around chasing their own tail. How does one guy, I coached a guy who's been trading for 12 years. How do I make more money than him? How do I have better understanding than him? Why is he hiring me? Right? So it's not about the time, it's what you do within the time. So I committed to the 2 to 5 year plan. He committed to the 2 to 5 month plan every 5 months, and he got nowhere with that. So it's really about planting, you know, putting your foot down, planting your stake, you know, what do they call it? Drawing a line in the sand, or really you need to draw a line in the concrete, right? And make this official, and just commit. Just commit and give it the time that it needs, and you will be successful. Yes, sir. You're welcome. You see how one good question, one good open, honest question could open up the door to so much knowledge and information, right? Imagine if he was hesitant to say, hey, man, I keep blowing my accounts. What do I do, right? So that's why we really encourage you guys to ask questions. You just never know the answers that can come out here and pop out, and they could, you know, someone may say, hey, look, someone may take this right here today, and this may change your whole entire trading career, right? Just off of a 2-minute answer. So ask good questions, get good answers. And don't listen to Jimmy Ding Dong. Oh, did you take a break anytime between those 3 years, or were you very consistent? I was extremely consistent, but I did take about a 3-week break. And I truly believe that, I think it was 2 weeks. It was like almost a 2-week break. And it was because I was moving from New York to Florida. No, actually that was me moving places in New York. But I had to move, and I stopped trading for like almost 2 weeks, and I got back in, and I feel like that was a really, really good refresher for me. But other than that, it was every single day. Yeah, every day I showed up and just watched the charts. May I go pee? Yes. Now you can go pee. DeMichael in the house. Waiting for the right set. It's emotions. I've stopped out a few pips. Yep. So now you got to ask yourself, DeMichael, why? You know, why? Go back to the best question you can ever ask is the question why. I think that's the greatest question ever. It's a one-word question. If you guys got kids, you know what I'm talking about, right? By the way, those of you guys that have kids, how do you answer some of these questions? Like Alea looked at me the other day. She said, Daddy, how do they get the protein in the protein bar? I'm like, what? I don't even know. Actually, I have no idea. She said, how do they get protein in the protein bar? I don't know. Does anyone have an answer for me that I can give to Alea? Because I have no idea. Kids be asking questions that you should be asking. That we don't.
Go ask your mother. That's funny.
Kids got some good questions, man. They got some good questions. Yes. That could happen too. So sometimes success could be your biggest downfall, right? Depends on how you handle it. And again, by the way, that has a lot to do with the come up, bro. Like, believe it or not, you can probably, so let's say you do make a whole bunch of money in this little 2 to 5 weeks. You're not prepared for that money. So you end up mainly losing it. That's why when people win the lottery, they end up 2 years later more broke than they ever were, right? Because they didn't earn it, right? They didn't handle it. They didn't go through the whole process, right, of building that up. Where when you commit to the 2 to 5 year plan, right, and you lose for 2 to 3 years, you begin to understand how to keep the money, right? So take that as a valuable lesson in your trading. And yeah, I mean, that you could run with that lesson, right? It's just slowing down to speed up so that way you can keep the wealth when you get it, if that makes sense.
Bro, one of my mentors one day told me that, you know, if it's fast, it doesn't last. And if it's slow, it always grows.
I mean, you wouldn't give your 18-year-old child $1 million, would you? Like, just right out of nowhere, right? They would probably be pretty irresponsible with that money, right? But that's why a lot of times, like, kids who have these, like, I don't know, you know, they get money or something, right? At a certain point in life, usually if they get it when they're 18, they're going to blow it, right? But if they have smart enough parents, the parents say, hey, let's not let them touch that money, right? Till they're like at least 21, right? So they can make a little bit better decisions. But yeah, sometimes if it comes too fast, it leaves just as fast. And that's where the slow growth, right? That's why, like, my growing process, like, you guys have just met me, right? And maybe you just met me today. Maybe you met me over the last 3 years. But gang, for 10 years before that, I was putting a lot of work into my dreams and goals, right? So none of this stuff happened very quickly. It just happened over time. So that's why I've been able to sustain my wealth. I've been able to invest my money smart. I've been able to delay gratify and not buy things, you know, before I needed to get them, right? So you got to work on those areas. And if it comes slow, you tend to hold it longer. Go ask your mother. Proteins, that is, they call it protein bars, but they don't put, oh snap. Oh, I see. See, she wouldn't understand that. I have to break it down on like a 5-year-old level, you know what I mean? Are we going to get a trade out of gold here today? See, let's take a look at ES. What time is it? 11:30. Holy smokes, gang! I might have to roll. It's getting late. Yeah, I got some things to do here today. Yeah, I think we wrap it up. Anyone else got any good questions today? Good questions today, by the way. Good topics. Gang, we basically kept out of all these liquidity grabs here today on gold. So much liquidity here. So much stuff going on. A lot of grabs here. So good job at staying out the market. If you took losses today, understand why you took them, right? Like, kind of review the trades, see if, hey, could have I avoided that one? Go back to the stream. Like, why weren't they interested, right? When I took this buy or I took this sell, and try and get some feedback, and, you know, come back tomorrow and send us the trades. And if you want feedback, we'll give you whatever we can to help you, you know, get to the next level.
Sounds like a plan.
Fake protein. Yeah. That's why I get most of my protein from just steak. In Raja's group, there are some issues with even A+ setups with losses. How can we manage these stop losses when comparing? Just manage risk and, like, So if you haven't seen my risk and trade management webinars, I'd highly recommend going into them. I think I really give like the best of both worlds when it comes to managing risk. So it's a lot to talk about, you know, it really is, but you basically got to get a little bit better at managing risk. And by the way, A+ setups will hit stop loss. You know, that's why we play the probability game, because just because you're looking at an A+ setup doesn't mean that trade won't lose. You know what I mean? So you always got to be prepared for the loss. The question, when's the next BBQ? Gang, I got this sick place. So we're going to be planning a London trip very soon. I believe this week we're going to start getting on calls about the London trip for the springtime. And then we're also going to be planning another meetup here in Orlando at this sick. I mean, this place is so nice, man. It's got like a playground in the house. It's crazy.
Sick.
Yeah, it's wild. It fits like 40. So we might do that. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to plan. We got a lot of stuff. Well, definitely a barbecue soon. What if you took the sell on MS and took a L? Then, you know, that's one of the tough ones, right? Like, I had the sell stop there. I think that was going to turn out to be a good trade. If you got nipped in, you know, sometimes that's part of the game. I would obviously say, you know, that was an unnecessary loss, but the setup was there, the playbook was there, so, you know, you just got to write that one off and charge it to the game, because that happens sometimes. You know, it's happened to all of us. We get tapped in by 1 pip on the spread or whatever, and then price goes in the opposite direction. So I would keep your head held high. There's nothing you can really do about that one, and just you know, show up for the next best trade. Yes, sir, Nigel. Yes, sir. Greece, we're coming. We're coming, Michael. All right, cool. I think we're good. Later, Scott. Have a great day, brother. Yes, sir. Great session.
See you, Scott. Have a good day, brother.
All right, 11:30. I think it's over and out time. Gold's going to probably slow up here, and we'll be back for Asian session in the clubhouse. Should be a good one. We got a lot of clean range to move up here. We also have decent range to come down. So should be a great Asian session. If you guys aren't in the clubhouse, you'll feel free to come join us. It'll absolutely change your trading career for the better. I have no doubt in my mind about that. I can say that extremely confidently. So we'll see you in the next clubhouse session. Everyone else, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for NY Sesh. Rafi, you're the damn GOAT. Appreciate you coming up here as always.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Yes, sir. Everyone else, hope y'all have a great day.
The gyms.
Time to gym. Elite call and then time to gym. Don't worry about Johnny Gems. He had to get some sleep. He's up now and he's ready to rock and roll. He traded all London sesh last night, so he's probably so tired. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Blessings. I hope this live stream here today helped you out in some way, shape, or form. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right. Love y'all. Blessings. Have a great day. See you on the next sesh. Blessings to you and your family. Don't over risk. Don't over trade. I'm out, G's. Have a great day. Peace.
See you later, chat. Have a good day.
We ain't taking no L's. No. Saints breaking out of sales. Go. The battle's been won. He said it's done. So we ain't taking no L's. We ain't taking no L's. Hey, we seeing W's all in the chat. It's like a home run straight off of the bat. Lion, the Judah, the cat at the back. I can't dilute it, I'm bringing the facts like I was lost, but now I'm found. Trapped in darkness till you came around. Broken chains all falling to the ground. We ain't taking no L's. No. Saints breaking out of sales. Go. The battle's been won. He said it's done. So we ain't taking no L's. Hey, he ain't taking no L's. The victory's already won. 3 days in the ground in the kingdom of gun. Why just wait around when he told you to run? Run the race at the pace that you're supposed to. Break through, and there's nothing that he won't do. Broken chains are falling to the ground. We ain't taking no L's. No, 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 no. Safes breaking out of cells. Go, 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 go. The battle's been won. You said that it's done. So we ain't taking no L's. We ain't taking no L's. Hey, we ain't taking no L's. We ain't taking no L's. No, no L's. Hey, taking no L's. We ain't taking no L's. We ain't taking no L's. We ain't taking no L's.
You keep on running around. You keep on running around. I've had enough of these games. These games. 100 grams.
Run around, got a lot fools. And I still got the crown like a bad tooth. I am cool, I don't gotta act cool. Just follow where I lead you, pack mule. Blowing through the budget, the cash ain't nothing. The way I flip back, straight tens from the judges. Yeah, I'm the too big, can't flush it. Probably gotta plunge it. Word is, this 10 years in the making. Word is, I'm bringing home the bacon. Word is, they don't see what it take to make it. But the word on the streets, I make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is, I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the streets, I make it look easy. Easy, 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 too easy. Word on the street is, I make it look easy. Too easy. Make it look easy, but it's not easy. Whip got wings, yeah, I feel like Ron Weasley. Live like king, so the money ain't measly. Hits like Sting, honey, you cannot beat me. Did it so casual, must be a natural. Heard him say, Yeah, it was gradual, but it's diagonal, going up. Me and the capital, super compatible, got me like, Let's go. Gotta hop in my step, gotta bounce in my walk. Rubber bands from the check, it was more than I thought. Fresh press, squeaky clean, wide awake, what a dream. Hey there, hi, hello, what's the word, baby? Tell me you know, cause I know that the word is this 10 years in the making. Word is, I'm bringing home the bacon. Word is, they don't see what it take to make it. But the word on the streets, I make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is, I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the streets, I make it look easy. Easy, 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 too easy. Word on the street is, I make it look easy. Too easy.
I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Whoa. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm I was down, but now I'm up like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I picture this out of the park, moving so quick it's like they stuck in park. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours you spent in the dark, putting in good work, even though you didn't even know that it would work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork, do it for the love of it, that's the way it should work. Yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy and I'm like, for what? Man, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah. This all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up. I was down, but now I'm down. Now I'm up like a seesaw. When I'm on a beat like an old man's lawn, better keep off. From the ground to the treetops, got clouds on my feet like Jack in the Beanstalk. Jumped off quick, went straight in a free fall. Cowboy hat and the mic singing yeehaw. Landed on my feet like a feline, put him back in the seat like a recline. Ay, what you mean I'm not worthy? Did it with a purpose, didn't need a permit. Digging from the bottom and I brought it to the surface. Mind your business now, who I worship. Who the little guy making big, big, big moves. Tick tock, turn it to a tick, 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 boom. Yeah, I talk a lot of stuff, probably thought it was a bluff, till I went and turned it where I was down, but now I'm up. Let's go. Yeah. This love like that.
I can't look like that. I can't look like that. No, can't look like that.
Love don't love like that.
I can't look like that. I can't look like that. No, can't look like that.
Love don't love
Yeah.
like that. That. Love don't love like that.
I can't look like that. I can't look like that. No, can't look like that.
Love don't love like that. I can't love like that. Talking behind your back. Told me to love on you. How you gon' hate on that? Trauma in my melody, but I found me a better thing. God said I'm your remedy. Just gotta remember me. This a 1 Corinthians banger. Ran into the anger changer. I ain't worried about stranger danger. I'm trying to help you in danger, stranger. A wise man gon' say sorry a lot. A lot of time I don't do it on the spot. God, I need what you got, cause love don't love like that.
I can't look like that.
Can't love
I can't look like that.
like that.
Can't look like that.
Love don't love like that.
I can't look like that. I can't look like that. No, can't look like that.
Love don't love
Yeah.
like that.
I can't look like that. I can't look like that. No, can't look like that.
Love don't love like that. Love don't love like that. Gossip and slander. Can't fake my manners. How can I love you if I can't shake your hand first? Hey, let's get honest. Lord, I let your hand work. This world way too toxic. Please come heal this cancer. I know you all know that we want it, but how we all gon' go if we don't confront it? Just let it go, take the high road. Don't play dummy, no. I can't quote the Bible, acting funny. Lost when she tell me this ain't her favorite song. She can't have filet mignon, she rather eat at home. Shed your blood, shine your rays, no Mysterio. Couldn't leave your own, cause love don't love like that.
I can't look like that.
Can't love
I can't look like that.
like that.
Can't look like that.
Love don't love like that.
I can't look like that.
Can't love
I can't look like that. Can't look like that.
love don't love like that.
I can't look like that. I can't look like that. No, can't look like that.
Love don't love like that. Love don't love like that.
I can't look like that. Can't look like that.